thank you very much, A, for your time here, but we also thank you for your service and everything that you've done as well.
Thanks, gents. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, listeners.
Glenn Ludeman, the president of the Bendigo RSL, and Mick, it is really stirring to hear some words, especially from someone that's been through what he has been and the way that he builds up on such a special day.
Yeah, absolutely. And for myself, being part of a paramilitary organisation for a long time, Cam, having been part of Victoria Police here in Bendigo and around Victoria, being part of dawn services and marches and what have you, it fills you full of pride that you've had members it almost gets emotional, like seeing what people have been through and the respect that today carries with not just people that have been on service for us, but the legacy that lives on through our fallen. So
it is always very emotional, especially to hear with Glenn. You could hear there was a couple of times he was quite emotional as well, and it is such a special day, and we're very privileged to be able to play the great game of footy on such a special day and really give our thoughts and services. And the full time in the reserves game here, so we're counting down to the bounce of the senior game. South Bendigo 11-12-78 defeated Eaglehawk 5-4-34. Before we get into that, we've also been joined up in the box by the interleague coach for this year, Simon Rosa. Good evening, I should say, to you, Simon. And firstly, how are you going?
Thanks for having me on what is a really good occasion, a big day, and an honour for South Bendigo and Eaglehawk to play on ANZAC Day.
Being a part of the Bendigo Footy League, and obviously with your dad being involved in the committee and board of the league as well, how important and special is it to actually have this game feature today as a standalone match for Bendigo Footy, in your opinion?
Look, I think it's huge. Speaking to a lot of the other Bendigo Footy League coaches on a weekly basis at the moment, they're probably all in envy of this game, South Bendigo and Eaglehawk. It is a real privilege, and I'm sure they'd all love to be playing tonight. Real contrast from last year where it was pouring rain and very cold, so perfect conditions tonight, and it's going to be a real showcase.
Simon, representing Bendigo again this year as the senior coach of our interleague, what does representing the Bendigo Footy Netball League mean to you?
Look, it's a real honour to be given the job and the opportunity of coaching I guess our interleague side and our campaign. Interleague footy was huge for me and representative footy through my playing career, but they're some of the best games you're playing for the year, and I also feel that interleague footy's a real reflection on where we stand as a league in general. So now I'm not playing football, I want to be involved with giving our young blokes the best opportunity to play the best footy they can, and really show that our league is strong and we're respected throughout country Victoria.
Talk to us about the buy-in that you're getting from our members within the Bendigo Footy Netball League this year, and we've had a big influx of people or players that have played at VFL level, that have played at amateurs level, that have played in Premier Leagues all across Australia. Are you getting that buy-in into the interleague squad this year that we are going to have the best of the best at least come and try out for our interleague side?
Yeah, probably more than ever this year. We've seen a lot of VFL listed players align with Bendigo League clubs, or Bendigo League players that have gone down to try and further their careers at VFL level, and I really feel that's only picked up the standard of those individuals and the standards they set when they come back to Bendigo if they're not playing. And I think we've really seen in the early rounds of the Bendigo Football Netball League that the quality of football's been very much lifted in standard, and ultimately, most of those guys have committed to playing for the league and representing them, not just themselves but their clubs and their families and the league in general. So it's exciting.
Now, Simon, would you say that probably 2 or 3 years ago the interleague footy was almost on its knees in terms of what it meant, and there wasn't much of a buy-in from people and the interest really wasn't in it? So when you got appointed in the role, how much did you have to put into really selling that back into the players to be able to get them to buy in?
Yeah, look, it was pretty hard early days, and it's even been just as hard this year as last year trying to sell it to a few guys. But I guess when Country Vic, the ranking system went out the door, and there was a top 10 country football leagues around our region. When that got thrown out the door, I guess it was just left up to individual leagues to have agreements to play each other. hence why we've this year got the opportunity to play against the Ovens and Murray, which in my time as a player we never got the opportunity to do. So so grateful we've got the opportunity to play against a powerhouse league that's been at the top for 10 to 20 years, and that's exciting for our players, our coaching staff, and our league in general to test ourselves against the best. So I know our players are excited from the ones I've spoken to so far, and we've got 4 games before the main event, and hopefully we can stay fit and healthy and get a good training squad together to really compete against the O&M.
Chatting to Bendigo Interleague coach Simon Rosa here on Footy Fresh, the place we want to be. We spoke about that ranking system we used to have. Did you get a little bit of a feeling back when you were playing at Sender where we tend to play Ballarat every second year? So now that doesn't happen and you get the opportunity to play against some of these other leagues, do you think it's a good thing that it kind of got scrapped in a way? Or there's obviously pros and cons both ways, but it must be exciting that you do get the opportunity to test yourself against some other leagues and kind of not necessarily playing the same league every 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, I sort of like the concept, but I guess there's, how do we rate, or how do we get judged being a top 2 or 3 tier league in country Victoria? I guess that's probably where it's really hard. But yeah, we wouldn't have got this opportunity to play the O&M, I think, in the old ranking system. I remember we played a game down in Geelong, I think probably in 2011. We lost the game by 10 or 11 points. We had won that game, we would have been ranked in the top 2. We lost by 11 points, went back to 5 and 6, and then ended up playing Gippsland, Ballarat for about 5 years in a row or something like that. So it was really hard to stay motivated when you just couldn't beat one of those top 3 sides to get into the top 2 or 3, which was frustrating. But ultimately they were better than us in those games, and stayed at the top for a period of time where we couldn't get to.
Having grown up in Gippsland and been a part of the Gippsland Interleague squad, we never used to like playing Bendigo either, so that's okay. But Simon, do you see this as a pathway for players to push into higher levels of footy?
Look, most definitely. And I think we've seen in previous years, and even at AFL level, they're going mature age players. And I never mentioned it to any of the playing group last year, but I actually got a couple of phone calls off AFL clubs inquiring about some of our players. So there's definitely interest there. And part of my role is giving these young kids opportunity. If they want to play the best footy they can and still strive to play VFL, AFL football, interleague footy is the perfect pathway to achieve that. Definitely.
Squad sizes. How big a squad are we going with to start with when interleague training starts, and what are you looking to trim it down to? This is a 2-part question. And then once you do have your squad, what sort of game plan are we looking to incorporate with our best 23, 24 players?
Yeah, we're hoping to announce a squad of pretty well 50 on Monday. So we'll get through tonight's game, have a close look at that, and hopefully no injury concerns, and we'll announce a squad of 50 on Monday. That squad of 50 has been really hard to pick, to be honest. It's been a lot more challenging than last year to try and finalise a 50. We think that's really exciting because there's going to be some very good players miss out. It's hard to get a bit of a balance with game plan in interleague footy, like where it's a one-off game that we're trying to win. So we want to be a really attacking, play an exciting brand of footy for the spectators to watch, but we've still got to have a defensive mindset as well.
For sure.
We're very lucky we're playing on the QEO where all the boys know it really well, so hopefully that can be a bit of an advantage, but we'll try and use the corridor as much as we can, open the game up, and try and get it as quick into our forward line as possible, because we feel like we'll have some real keys up there that could cause some damage on the day.
Definitely.
Now, Simon, I spoke to you at Castlemaine a couple of weeks ago, and you mentioned that you were watching a bit of that game. I think it was Golden Square, and then you were going to have a look at the Strathfield Say game as well as swinging past the QEO, I believe it was. So, obviously, the league this year, you've got 4 or 5 games every week that you could really go to any of them and find a good quality game of footy.
Yeah, most definitely. That's been the exciting thing is all the rounds so far. There's been some cracking games, and I've been trying to get two or three games a week, and so have my assistants. So we've seen a lot of footy so far, but we really had to with interleague being round 7 this year. So really exciting, and 2 or 3 games to get through yet before we can finalise a squad of 25 that we'll take into the main event.
It does feel a little bit early. Is that just my thoughts, or do you definitely think it's a bit early, or would you push it back a few weeks, or are you happy where it is?
No, happy where it is. Hopefully the conditions are a little bit better, and last year it probably felt too long at about round 11, so I'm happy for it to be earlier in the year and get it done and dusted and hopefully have a win.
Before we let you go, who wins tonight?
I think South Bendigo. Eaglehawk have got a few injuries, and South adding some real quality coming down from Queensland. You can tell they've played a high level of footy, and I think South will be too good tonight.
Simon, thank you very much for joining us up here. We'll be broadcasting the interleague game, so really looking forward to that game, and I'm sure we'll be hearing from you again before then as well. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
That was Simon Rosa, the coach of the Bendigo Footy League interleague side. Terrifically well spoken, and it's good to have him back involved in Bendigo footy. Once we lost him as a player, for him to want to hang around for the league, Mick, it's something that really shows class and character of who he is individually and what the Bendigo League has, and if they can continue to use these voices, it sets us up for success in interleague footy.
Oh, it absolutely does. For those that have been around long enough to know Simon as a player, he hasn't changed from when he played to now when he's coaching. He's just very easy to talk to, very, very simple in the way that he breaks down a game plan, and he's easy to understand as we see both teams start to line up for our post here, Cameron. It's times like this where I miss playing footy. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. There's a real sense of pride, not just for the team that you're playing for on tonight, for example, but you're playing for those that have sacrificed so much in order for us to live the way that we do.
Cameron, just before we go to the preliminaries here, South Bendigo, they've got some supporters, long-time supporters that are unwell and they're unable to get to some games. So I'd just like to give a shout-out to these people that listen in every week. There's Ruby Walker, Marie Hyatt, Gary Bath and Brian Clapham. So a cheerio to those people. They're really good supporters, as are the Bloods, South Bendigo, for Fresh FM's footy broadcast.
It's good to be able to have them still feel involved with the footy even though they can't get here, so a cheerio to them. We're about to head down to the ceremony here for the ANZAC Day ceremony as well, Johnny, so it's always a pretty moving moment before the game.
It is, and there's a lot of netballers and footballers out there.
It's good to see the netballers, the reserves, footballers are all lined up as one. So the line goes 3/4 of the way across the QEO with the amount of people that are lined up out here, and it is really good to see.
Love to see it.
So the Master of Ceremonies just waiting a minute or two. They just look like they're ready. You'll hear them come over the top.
Couldn't get a nicer night for footy, could you?
Oh, there's no wind.
No.
It's a little bit hard out in the middle. I went out there. Mick will speak to Steve, Steve shortly. He'll give us a bit of a ground report, but apart from the middle...
Excellent, gentlemen. Just waiting on Dujon Fuzza, is that our president, South Bendigo, Glenn Ludeman from the RSL, and also our bugler, Rachel. Won't be a moment. Thank you.
It's the voice of Damien Power, the master of the ceremonies, I guess you could call him today for the ANZAC Day ceremony. We've already spoken to Glenn Ludeman up here in the box, the president of the RSL, and we got firsthand what it actually meant to him, and I'm sure this ceremony means a lot to not just him but to so many people, and it's good to see plenty of people here walking around the ground as well, and there's medals on a lot of people's chests as well, so been a big day for some of those people, and I'm sure they would have been out at all services. So
Cam, you're a different generation to us. You're 26 or 27 years of age. What do you feel like when you see a guy like Glenn walk into the box and he's got a chest full of medals? Does that actually resonate with you, the younger generation, at all?
No, it really does. Like you mentioned that we're going to chat to him, and you're like, oh yep, pre-interview, but when you actually get to speak to someone that like that, it really kind of does put a lot of things into perspective for someone like me. It's obviously a bit of a younger generation than what you guys are as well, Johnny, so he was really good to hear from, and it's kind of hard to describe the feeling you get when you speak to someone like that, I guess. So
ladies and gentlemen, players, umpires and supporters, welcome to the Queen Elizabeth Oval for tonight's historic ANZAC Day clash between the South Bendigo and Eaglehawk football netball clubs. We begin tonight by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Dja Dja Wurrung people, and pay our respects to their elders past and present. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. This is a very special occasion the second time our two proud clubs have come together to honour the spirit of ANZAC across both the football field and the netball court. Today is more than just a sport. It is a chance for our entire community to pause, reflect and pay tribute to the service and sacrifice of all Australian and New Zealand servicemen and women, past and present. We honour those who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedoms, including the freedom to gather, compete and connect through sport. We also acknowledge the many veterans and service members within our own club communities. I would like to welcome Glenn Ludeman, President of the Bendigo sub-branch of the RSL. Please now join us as we observe the ANZAC Day commemorative ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, players, officials and supporters. Today here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, we gather not only for a great contest between South Bendigo and Eaglehawk, but to honour the spirit of ANZAC Day. We remember those who served, those 103,021 who paid the supreme sacrifice, and those who continue to serve our nation. Their legacy is one of courage, mateship and endurance, values that live not only in our history, but in moments like this, on the playing fields like this across our communities. As you take the field, may you carry that spirit, playing hard, playing fair, and looking after one another. They shall grow not old, as we that grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. May the best team win.
Please remain up standing for the Australian National Anthem.
ANZAC Day ceremony here on ANZAC Day, Bendigo Football League Round 4. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Glenn Ludeman, the president of the RSL, and also Damien Power as well, bringing you the pre-match ceremony. It's a very moving ceremony, and I really can't think of anything else, Mick, that just makes every single person stop and pause for a period like an ANZAC Day service. It is very. It's hard to put into words. The feeling sometimes some of those things. It's a very eerie kind of feeling, but it's a really good way to pay the respects to the Anzacs.
No, it's awesome, isn't it? Like, you could hear a pin drop. You've got however many thousand people here at the QEO right now, and yeah, you could literally hear a pin drop. It was that quiet and right throughout that ceremony. Yeah, just beautiful, and one that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you'll see these two teams come out right from the first bounce and just go hammer and tong at each other.
So the players have dispersed out their huddles. Down at ground level, Stephen Navort, you've been down there for the toss of the coin, Steve, and it's been one and done. It was Zach Hare and Billy Evans, the two captains, meeting in the middle.
Yep, South Bendigo have won the toss and they're going to the Barnard Street end. Just a slight, tiny breeze heading towards the city end of the ground. But other than that, ground is in perfect nick for footy.
Steve, what was the atmosphere down there at ground level for you? Did you get something out of that?
Having done the same thing today at my footy game before the reserves, and then also going to a service this morning, it's honestly just moving, and yeah, great to see everyone paying tribute to those who have gone and fought for our nation.
So Steve, down at ground level, are you suggesting that Zach Hare should have kicked to the city end with the toss? Do you reckon that might come back to hurt him, or you're not too stressed?
I wouldn't be too stressed if I was Zach Hare. The breeze is the tiniest little breeze I think I've ever felt.
Steve, looking forward to having you join us down there at ground level. Stephen Navort down at ground level here on Footy Fresh. Myself, Cam Power, Johnny Hunter and Mick Delaney bringing you all the action. Round 4, the standalone game of the Bendigo Footy League. Norm Jenkins also going to be popping in with some stats throughout the game as well. So looking forward to the big contest. Some big ins for South Bendigo in this one. Mick Delaney, is that making you think that the Bloods will be hard to beat? Nathan Kay comes back into the side after being rested last week. And there's also James Frawley, the big name inclusion. He sits in there as well. Nathan Horbury comes into the side from last week's game. And they were very impressive last week. So there's 3 massive ins. You feel like Eaglehawk might be up against it. But who's winning this game in your opinion and why?
Yeah. Took the words out of my mouth most of the time there, Cam, but yeah, South Bendigo probably got too much on paper. We all know that games aren't won on paper, but you look at the experience of South Bendigo, their ins that they've got coming in as well, and just the way that they've been moving the ball this year. They're really crisp, especially coming off half back. They look to attack the centre of the ground, and it just opens up so much of the forward 50 when they do go forward of centre. So for me, South Bendigo by about 5 goals, but don't be surprised, Eaglehawk in times or in years gone by have had their backs against the wall, and they find ways to pull out victories that they're not expected to win. So yeah, don't be surprised if we see this much closer than what most of us think.
Just about to start the big one here on ANZAC Day, a Saturday night in Bendigo. Perfect conditions here for the opening of the split round. This is the only game that will be played this weekend. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live at South Bendigo, the Bloods against Eaglehawk. For the opening term, here's Cameron Power.
Looking forward to getting it underway. Standalone footy, ANZAC Day, and the first hit down is one down by Matt Cameron of the Bloods. Ball hits the ground level, they'll all dive around it. And we should have a repeat ball up. They're fighting away for it at ground level. Big day, big occasion, Anzac Day. Bloods have probably got an advantage in the ruck, you'd think, at stages of this one. And Matt Cameron going in. Knocked down. Still no real clean possession out of it. Fumbling there was Templeton. These conditions might suit a player like Tom Templeton, used to playing in these conditions. Free kick, Eaglehawk. They'll get the first inside forward 50. And it's an absolute rocketing pass inside forward 50. And charging out on a lead is Nick Thompson. And he will mark 35 metres out directly in front of goal. Wouldn't this be a start for Eaglehawk?
Yeah, definitely. Very evident early on that Eaglehawk acknowledged that there's about a 15 centimetre difference in the ruck, so they're looking to just crowd where the ball's landing and make it a real stoppage field game.
So Nick Thompson for the first goal on Anzac Day. 40 out directly in front, and he puts it to the left for the first score of the game. It is a minor score. So Eaglehawk one behind. South Bendigo no score, a minute and a half into the opening quarter. Score sponsor Parsons Towing, St Castlemaine.
So a little bit lacklustre start here, just with that point being kicked. It'll be Fallon, the co-coach for the Bloods, that'll bring it in. He'll go to the swimming pool side. It's a long ball. Matt Cameron was his target. Front of the pack receiving it was Templeton. Templeton handballed it to space. There's no one there, and we've got a whistle on play. I think there's a Bloods player that upended off the play. Well, both the Borough and the Bloods are asking for the free kick.
I think it was Kay. He got taken down off the ball.
Kay will come laterally. He'll go into the corridor in the defensive zone, so they'll go from one wing to the other. In fact, it's off half back. It's with Sims. Sims goes to half forward, puts it into the path of Nitsky, overran the footy. He's at 50, Barnard Street end. Good pick up by Ty Evans. Gives it to a teammate now who'll bring it long and kick it down the wing broadcast side.
It's Bennett that clears the kick out of defence. Good positioning though for the Bloods was Will Allen. Back in the side after missing last week, takes the mark. So Will Allen, centre wing position, grandstand side. Good crowd in attendance on Anzac Day footy. Down the line he goes. Matt Cameron gets to the front, couldn't take it. Almost fell to Zimmerman. Billy Evans in there for Eaglehawk, lost it. Zimmerman with a second effort won it. Fired the handball backwards. It went to Nathan Kay. Kay steadies inside forward 50 and a good lead is honoured. And the mark taken for the Bloods. And they're going to line them up right on the paint of 50.
I reckon that might be Frawley.
Yeah, James Frawley running around in the 22. Bit of a jumper change for him.
Just watching his leading patterns there, Cam, he ran back into space, and then as soon as his opposition, man, as he looks to short pass that as well, to Sims goes long to the square.
And it's going to fall right to the top of the goal square. Bloods will try and pick something out of it, and it's picked up and slammed through for South Bendigo. I reckon it's Jack English that might have kicked the first goal for the Bloods. They all get around him, so English kicks the first goal of the day for South Bendigo. A little bit of a robust goal from the top of the square. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods is good.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. For all 50 metres out, you'd expect someone like that to, just line up and... Coming goal there by Jack English. That's their first of the night.
Back into the middle now. Good start by the Bloods here. Anzac Day. Umpire will ball it up. Big Matt Cameron in the ruck. He wins the tap. Tapped it to the opposition in Evans. Billy Evans now will go forward. Shallow inside. Forward 50. Running onto the footy now for the Bloods will be Kay. He started off well. Off half back. He'll send it to half forward. Bill spills to Zimmerman. Zimmerman picks it up. Handballs it now to Haddo. Haddo for the Bloods. Inside forward 50. It bounces. Eaglehawk defensively under pressure. Ground level. Niski picked it up for the Bloods and then handballed it towards the boundary line. There was no one on offer. And over it goes. 30 metres from goal. In attack the Bloods. They lead 1 goal straight 6. Eaglehawk 1 behind.
Be a throw in. Mangan will do the ruck work for Eaglehawk. Just inside forward 50. Late inclusion to the Eaglehawk side. Mangan for this season. 1 down. Picked up by Harker. Harker tries to fend through a tackle. And he was unable to get away through. Strong tackling from Eaglehawk will be rewarded. It'll be a free kick and it's going to go to Noah Wheeler in defensive 50. And a good sign early that Noah Wheeler was nice and strong in the tackle.
He's got the shiny dome. He shaved the head up this afternoon. This evening, but it's a poor kick floating in front of the pack now with Sims of the Bloods. Gives it off to a teammate there in English. English has had a good start as well. He goes inside forward 50. Picked up there by Haddo. Haddo will go beyond 50 and he spotted Horbury. Horbury kicked it and he's kicked it straight to the opposition. Turnover,
It was
Eaglehawk.
Jonty Neves that took the intercept mark. Neves will swing the kick to a teammate, Bennett. Bennett then comes down the line and finds Jack Thompson. Just inside forward 50, right in front of the flags here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Kick down the line, didn't quite carry back to Bennett, who busted a gut to run down there, picked up for the Bloods. Templeton's handball went to no one in particular. McGregor put his head over it, couldn't take it cleanly. Bloods release a handball into the middle of the ground. Now they find some space. It's in the hands of Horbury. Short pass, Horbury was good. Mark taken, English, right on the corner of the square. Thought about giving off the handball to English. He's going to have to steady. He'll send it inside forward 50. Poor kick really, intercept mark for Eaglehawk. And they should be able to clear this one out of defence.
Swing pool side, bouncing footy, contested ball, a whistle. I reckon Haddo might have got a free kick on that occasion. He has for one too high or a hold. So pretty much halfway between the wing and half forward to the Barnard Street end, shallow inside forward 50. Poor kick, it's intercepted, causes a turnover to Hoare. Hoare crossed laterally, he's gone defensively, and it's safe. It was dangerous to Bennett. Bennett of the two Blues. He'll now find a teammate. That's okay, it might be Learson who's got that footy. Down the line he comes, and well, they keep it in the borough, they don't. Steps over the line and we'll have a ball in. Broadcast side, 5-point margin, the Bloods lead. We've gone 6 minutes opening term.
Last 3 times South Bendigo gone inside forward 50. They've turned the ball over, and in really dangerous areas, Eaglehawk could easily, if they clean up their possession, get on the counter-attack there.
Bennett getting a bit of the ball early for Eaglehawk as well. Callum Crisp into the ruck up against Mangan. Crisp got the double-handed knockdown, hit the bottom of the pack. Burrow trying to work their way into the middle. They spit out a handball which works. Missing the handball though for Eaglehawk Mullen. Sam Thompson, Ben might have emptied. Another Thompson there. There's 3 of them out there. Down the line, Eaglehawk. They find the ball into the wing. They'll link up a little short pass in the hands inside forward 50. They're going to go right to goal. It's through for a minus score. So 2 behind Eaglehawk, 1 goal South Bendigo. 7 minutes into the opening quarter here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval ANZAC Day footy.
Probably a little bit selfish there. Had a couple of targets leading up at him and decided to go long from 65.
Fallon will bring it in for the restart from fullback. Town end. Fallon takes his required time. Then he goes on the left. He goes well beyond 50, up to the wing, swimming pool side. The footy goes, which it quite often does. Zimmerman picked it up. He gave it to a teammate, which was neat in Horbury. Horbury's been a good addition this season. They've got the run. Zimmerman on the end of a handball. He'll go shallow inside forward 50. Couldn't quite hit his target. Now off half back. Thompson picks it up for the 2 Blues, and they are away.
They away. They'll work the kick up the line. It's a good ball out into the front of Nick Hoare. Couldn't quite take the mark. Then he had to take on the tackle, which came from Geddes. Kept the ball in the air, handballed it. It's Haddo back there for the Bloods, who's cool, calm and composed. Who's then able to send it down the grandstand side wing. Little short kick marked by Holmes. The late inclusion for the Bloods today, Holmes. Replacing Alex Davies in the selected side. He runs and sends it down towards the top of the 50. Big fly, no mark taken. Hits the back of the pack. Eaglehawk will have the numbers. They'll wheel a kick across the fence. It's rather dangerous though. Turnover. Hardingham got there for South. He was then wrapped up in a tackle. And he managed to spit it out, did Hardingham. Good tackle comes in
High
from
tackle.
Oscar White, but the umpire said he got him a little bit high. So Oscar White's given away the free kick, Mick Delaney.
Yeah, Brock Harvey just harder at it then, got down low, put his head over the pill, and here you go, 35 out straight ahead, and someone of Brock Harvey's skill level,
My man.
your man,
Yes.
should kick this.
I'm going to write it down, Mick.
Currently leading the BFNL goal kicking, Johnny.
Yeah, and that's not an unusual position for him.
So Brock Harvey will be 35 out, directly in front of goal, kicking to the Barnard Street end of the ground. For the Bloods, second. Taking his time, he comes in on the right. And he kicks truly. So Harvey gets his first of the day. The Bloods have got 2. They're 2 straight 12. Eaglehawk 2 behind. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers.
It's been a little bit scrappy so far, Cam, hasn't it? Just South Bendigo going inside forward 50. It's being really shallow, and by that I mean they're not getting their penetration nice and deep inside forward 50. And where they're turning the ball over, it's been 35, 40 metres out. Eaglehawk just unable to capitalise on the counter-attack just yet. That's where they're going to need to clean up.
Back into the middle for the restart. Umpire Goodridge. Saw him last week as well. He's got the honours here on this occasion. Up they go in the rush. Chris won it for the Bloods. Jack Thompson, Ben Thompson, in fact, careered into the footy. Did a good job. They all piled on top of him. We'll have a ball up.
How nice is it to have Callum Crisp, your interleague ruckman, as your backup ruckman?
Oh yeah, they're a good side this year, the Bloods. Dead heat in the ruck on that occasion. Zimmerman was cute. He gave it there to Crisp. Crisp sends it inside forward 50 now for the Bloods. Contest ground level. Neves did well. Dished it off by hand to Learson. Learson goes one way, then the other. Gives it to a teammate who stepped over the boundary line. Luckily, and I thought he was going to get collared there, Mick.
Yeah, very lucky there. Lucky had the boundary line right near him. But Frawley, he'd expect better out of himself there. Just got to take the ball out in front of himself.
Frawley going to go into the ruck here against Mangan inside forward 50. Already had one look at it, passed it off, neither ruckman touched it, picked up by Eaglehawks Thompson, who gives it off to Learson. Learson to Neves. Neves will clear the kick down the poolside wing. It goes out, no mark taken. Going in for a good second effort though for the Borough. Battling away there is Oscar White, further handball forward. Now they can steady. It's sent inside forward 50. It's a low kick, but it bounces over the head of a few. Paddling around for the Bloods and unable to take clean possession. Picked up now by Horbury. He's able to step backwards, find a teammate who'll clear the kick out, and it's a good mark to Matt Cameron. Not paid. O'Brien must have got hands on it, so he's quickly handballed it to Haddo. Haddo went through, missed his target. Mullen picked it up, gave it off to Bolger. Bolger fended off a tackle, then he gave off a handball. Turnover. Nitschke. Handball over the top to Haddo. Haddo then going through. That's got to be a free kick against Horbury. Threw a boot in it when the ball was at ground level. Not paid. Bloods will work it for the forward. Picked up by Smith Ralph. He'll bang it inside forward 50 for a one-on-one contest. It's going to be dancing down there. It's a chance for the Bloods. They're hard up against the boundary line, but it's going to be taken away by Jonty Neves, who just clears the handball out before he's tackled.
So it's still in play for the Bloods. Handball. It was too severe for Hardingham. He dropped the ball, and then right on 40, he dived in after it again. So they're still in this here, the Bloods. They're deep inside forward 50 now. Ball spills. No clean possession. Good hard tackling, Borough. And they made them earn it 48 from goal.
Jeez, it's good to know that you get your big names like Frawley, who just committed to a 30-metre chase to keep the ball inside their forward 50.
Throw in. Bloods handball their way. Dancing around. They're going to get it to the top of the goal square, trying to find a way through. It's socked through by Smith Ralph on the goal line. So Smith Ralph gets the goal. And they just work that ball forward, the Bloods. They've got three straight 18, two behinds, Eaglehawks. Score sponsor, Parsons Towings and Castlemaine. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
That was all down to forward 50 pressure there, Cameron. They had an easy D50 exit, Eaglehawk, but just the implied pressure by Will Allen down there as well. Running down his direct opponent. Couple of ball ups inside forward 50 and, yeah, able to kick another one. What's that, their third for the game so far?
Good start by the Bloods, kicking to the Barnard Street end. There's no advantage win-wise. Up they go in the ruck again. Crisp has been dominant. He tapped it to advantage on that occasion, then he received a handball back. Then he goes back inside forward 50 and hitting on the chest was Smith Ralph. Found a little bit of space and he'll turn and have a look at goals and line them up pretty much, well, not much of an angle, Mick.
We speak about Harvey and we speak about Frawley, but this guy's been pretty good to start the year, hasn't he, Johnny? Underrated.
Every time we see him, he knows where the goals are and he knows where to run, and he just found a little bit of space on that occasion, Mick.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see what he does with this footy.
Gonna have to kick it from 50.
Smith Ralph, the man with two dads. Let's see what he does. It's not uncommon a hyphenated name nowadays. As he goes long, and he likes it. It must have just faded at the right time and put it through for their fourth. 4 straight 24. Eaglehawk are two behinds almost midway through this opening term. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
You don't want to drop it too early, Johnny, but this is danger time here for Eaglehawk. 4 goals already for South Bendigo. Coach Matheson will be looking just to put one behind the ball, I reckon, and just settle it down a little bit and play some position footy.
2 goals now for Smith Ralph. He's kicked the last 2 goals of the contest, and it is danger signs indeed for Eaglehawk. Noel Wheeler goes into the middle. Just got to get something going out of centre clearance, I reckon, here, Eaglehawk. Mangan got the tap down. Billy Evans tracked after it, was tackled straight away by Haddo, didn't have the footy. Umpire says free kick. Eaglehawk take the advantage. They run their distance, send it inside forward 50. They charge out, pick it up cleanly. Spinning around, going to snap towards goal is Sam Dean. Didn't get the right purchase of the footy. No mark taken. Nick Thompson flew at it for Eaglehawk. Spills to ground. Thompson still battling away in there. Bloods defensive pressure comes to lay a tackle. Big pack of players around this one. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50. Good clean pick up by Dean. Just didn't get the purchase on the footy. He was after me.
Yeah, free kick there to Sims, going back with the flight of the footy, and then stuck his head back over the footy and won the free kick. Really good there by Sims.
Sims back to his defensive square and Geddes. Geddes now turn and run. He tries to direct traffic, ran a long way, and I reckon he's topped it up and kicked it straight to Mullen. Turnover. So it's the two Blues now. 70 from goal, 50.
Yeah, Hardingham ran straight over the mark then.
Is that the way you saw it, Mick?
Definitely. Yep, and he tried to do the old goose step to make it look like he was trying to avoid it, but yeah, unfortunately it was right in front of the umpire, and now Mullen has got a shot 25 out on a 45-degree angle to give Eaglehawk their first.
Geddes seemed a little bit rushed because he ran a long way and he probably sensed that he couldn't take any more steps, and that made the kick just slew a little bit, I think.
Yeah, and it was good by Eaglehawk too. They put a couple behind the ball here to try and build that wall to make it a little bit harder for South Bendigo's run and carry.
He's well within range to the city end. Joel Mullen, slide angle, kicks a goal. They're on the board, 1-2-8. South Bendigo, 4 goals straight, 24. Midway through this opening term, score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Don is good, local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
Knowing Troy Coates, he'd be really disappointed with that. Just that turnover in a really dangerous area. Look for South Bendigo now just to control the ball a little bit more coming out of D50. They've had the run of the play so far this game, but you know, a couple of goals here to Eaglehawk and all that good work will be for nothing.
So Mullen got the first goal for Eaglehawk, who played a massive role in Eaglehawk's big comeback win in the grand final last year to Joel Mullen. We'll get a ball up. Mangan couldn't get a good run at it. Knocked down for the Bloods. They'll send it inside forward 50. I think it's Templeton. High ball. Bouncing out. Bounced awkwardly there for Eaglehawk's Jonty Neves. Tommy Bennett went to and picked up the footy. Picked up by hair for the Bloods. He lost it. Might have disposed of it incorrectly. Free kick Eaglehawk. Billy Evans will claim it. Evans was actually marked by Jack Thompson further down the line, but no advantage paid. So with Wheeler, he'll look central. Good kick. And it lands onto the chest of Billy Evans. Got some runners. Decides to kick further forward. Does Evans. Goes to a one-on-one contest. Mark not paid. Hits the ground. Bloods will now to turn it over. Rusbridge throws the handball out over the top towards Sims. Might be a free kick to Rusbridge, who might have just been collected a little bit high, Mick Delaney.
Yeah, a little bit of an ear massage there. If this game's been recorded, that'll probably get looked at, I reckon, later in the weekend.
Absolutely, it's been recorded. We've got Adam up in the grandstand as usual. This is a live stream game this afternoon, or this evening rather. So the Bloods with the footy. The man with it is Sims. It's been pretty good the last couple of weeks as well. Long ball to the outer side. Swimming pool side here at QO, and over it goes. Ball in.
Just looking at the way both teams are structuring up here. South Bendigo dropping a ruckman in behind the contest. Eaglehawk going still man on man behind the ball.
Matt Cameron against Mangan of the Borough. Matt Cameron wins the tap. He puts it to his feet. He was looking for Templeton, but then decided to butter up his own ball by hand. Gives it to Harker. Harker of the Bloods inside forward 50. It was Harvey that was his target. Couldn't get it. Picked up, collected nicely. Bennett for the Borough.
Bennett handballs off to Wheeler. Wheeler in defence is forced then just to bang the kick out of there as far as it can go down the poolside wing. Good mark taken though. Central for Eaglehawk. They're away. They can steady with a short pass. Misses the target. Bounces rather awkwardly though for anyone to pick it up cleanly. They're still trying to surge the ball forward. Bloods under all sorts of pressure holding the ball. Good tackling from Eaglehawk's going to be rewarded. And it's good attack from Blake McGregor. And that was probably as clear cut holding the ball as you'll see, Mick Delaney.
Yeah, pin the arms, couldn't get rid of the ball. South Bendigo there, though, did have the numbers. Just tried to get a little bit cute coming out of D50 there. Has he got the legs, Cam?
I think it might have been Nathan Horbury, the man caught there. Back into the side this week. Very well known name about South Bendigo. He's definitely got the distance in him here, Blake McGregor. Big kick of the footy. His 51st game for Eaglehawk. McGregor goes towards goal. In fact, I think he's just passed it. And why wouldn't you? Because if he didn't, it was a beautifully disguised shank. But it landed 20 out directly in front, right on the chest of a teammate for Eaglehawk, who will go back and line him up for goal. You're claiming that as a pass, aren't you? It's Deacon Marsh that's taken the mark. He was uncontested.
Norm, you got some stats for us?
Yeah, inside 50s early. South Bendigo 12 to Eaglehawks 7.
As you mentioned that, Norm Marsh slams the ball into the post. So minor score and an opportunity goes begging for Eaglehawk. Both teams have 4 scoring shots, but it's 9 Eaglehawk, 24 South Bendigo, the score sponsor Bendigo City Framers.
Yeah, and turnovers. Eaglehawk have been able to turn the ball over on 5 occasions through the midfield and 3 intercept marks. South Bendigo, no intercept marks yet, and 2 turnovers through the midfield.
Fella now, restart from fullback. He again plays on, goes swimming pool side. Matt Cameron is there. He got caught 3 deep. Ball spills. Horbury was there. He's got the run of Templeton. He gives it. Templeton to the Bloods. It's an awkward looking kick. It's shallow inside forward 50. Brock Harvey runs onto it, collects, and then he goes short, just dabbed at it, put it to the top of the square. His target, in fact, he won't get a free kick. I thought there might have been a free kick given to Frawley. It's not, and it'll be with the Borough.
He actually gave away the free kick, collecting Jonty Neves high. Eaglehawk quickly moved the ball out to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to get a receive, a free kick. He was held after he got rid of the footy for a little bit too long by Harker. So Wheeler's got it. He's been busy for Eaglehawk. Defensive or attacking side of his defensive 50. Short pass, good. Lands in the hands of Jack Thompson, centre wing position. Jack Thompson's told to go. He'll chip down the line. Nick Thompson will get a look at it. Couldn't quite take the mark. Keeps the ball in play though, and eventually Rusbridge will take it over right in front of us. Broadcast position as umpire Goodrich comes in to let him know there's a little bit of feeling in this game at the moment, Mick.
Oh, they're just brushing the dirt off each other's jumpers. They'll be right.
Cam, you know the Eaglehawk Borough pretty well. You know why the black armbands are there, or is it just Anzac Day?
I'm
that's
sure
a no. I'll
it's
take
just
it.
Anzac Day for Eaglehawk as Evans tries to emerge with the footy. Just got boot to ball. Mangan knocked it. Well, he's opposite way, but it's back into the congestion and we'll get a ball up.
Right half forward, 24 playing 9. South Bendigo lead. We're in red time, 22 minutes gone. Anzac Day opening term. The split round. First game of round 4. It's the only game. Matt Cameron for the Bloods. Tapped it towards Harker, but sharking it there was Wheeler of the 2 Blues. Spilled there to Marsh. Marsh goes inboard. It was short. Probably not the required distance, but they got away with it. Jack Thompson will line them up 50 out.
Yeah, not sure whether he's got the legs from here. He'll have to kick it from 55, but it'll be important for South Bendigo just to man off here, given the unfortunate mark inside forward 50, last forward 50 they had.
He likes his chances, Mick. Let's see what he does. The man on the mark stands at almost 50. Thompson just wheeled around, which is an indication he can't make the distance. Top of the square, under pressure now, Bloods. You'd think they'd have to kill it, and they do for their first blemish of the afternoon, the evening. 4-1-24 playing 1-4-10 Eaglehawk trail.
South Bendigo good there, just rushing the ball through. Haddo at the back of the pack, realising that they were outnumbered and looking for a chance to reset here.
So Jack Fallon brings the short pass in. He lands onto the chest of Haddo, who wastes no time clearing it down the poolside wing. Bouncing ball, picked up nicely by Eaglehawk. Trying to juggle it was Oscar White. Shipping the short pass. Ben Thompson takes it, feeds the handball off to the runner. They'll send it inside forward 50 to a good-looking contest, and it's a chance for Ron Cherry. Did everything but take the mark, did Ron Cherry. Hits the ground, and we'll have a ball up just inside forward 50.
They have really cleaned up their disposal in the last 5 minutes, Cam. Lacing out targets, lowering the eyes as well.
Ball's pinging around from this game, that's for sure. Ben Thompson knocked it forward, picked up for the Bloods, not able to find a way through. It's then picked up by Ben Thompson. He snaps it towards goal. It's a floating ball that hits the base of the goalposts. It almost floated through. And they've just wasted a few chances here. 1-6 now, 1-5-11 Eaglehawk, 4 straight 12 South Bendigo.
In the MCD FNL, there is a game going on for Anzac Day. Trentham lead 2-5-17 to Newstead, 1 behind. Back here at the QAO, the ball's on half forward. Running onto it will be Templeton of the Bloods. A short pass. He's got a player on in Frawley. Made him work. He just sat it there and he was a little bit of a target. Now it spills. Sam Thompson over the top. He finds Wheeler. Wheeler will come to half back to Ty Evans, and Ty Evans will come up to the wing.
He does. It's had to make a little bit of work for Nick Hoare. He was clean behind his legs though. Picked up for the Bloods. Going through. No high tackle paid. Umpire Goodrich crosses his arms and says we'll have a ball up.
Noel Wheeler very good early on out of D50 for Eaglehawk.
He's playing a defensive kind of midfield role by the looks. Cameron goes up unopposed in the ruck, so he grabs it, shovels a 15-metre handball forward. No one able to take it cleanly. Hardingham threw it out because one arm was pinned. Play on though. Haddo gave it off to Nitschke. Nitschke sends it in. It's going to be a chance. Frawley will hit the pack, and Smith-Ralph was there as well as Callum Crisp. Eaglehawk can get the ball. They'll clear it out of defence. Might be Coatsmore's kick into the middle of the ground.
Good
That's
grab.
a good intercept mark for South Bendigo's the co-coach, Jack Fallon.
Fallon now, been good this afternoon. I'm saying this afternoon, it's dark, it's evening. It's a nighttime game in the Bendigo Footy League, which don't have many of them. Ty Evans, hurried kick, spreads it wide. His target is White. White collects the footy, then he's collared, and it's a turnover. Bloods, now it's another turnover. The ball's just pinging around, trying to get involved will be Nick Thompson of the Borough, and there's a free kick for too high and a 50 because Mick they played on, and it wasn't the right thing to do.
No, that's right. It was a throw they paid. Couldn't quite see who it was, but tried to get the quick hands up. Umpire Goodrich all over that though, and 50 paid to Eaglehawk.
Didn't see them paid in the ANZAC Day game at the MCG for those ones, but they're getting paid here at Bendigo Footy. Eaglehawk will receive the short pass. Evans will send it inside forward 50. Nick Thompson didn't get a good look at it, but he was able to knock it at hands at the last second. Bloods have got numbers to handball their way out of defence. It'll end up with Zach Hare. Hare can stop steady, goes to Hardingham in a one-on-one with Bennett. Bennett let it bounce, picked it up. Handball backwards to O'Brien. Had options central, but decides to swing around and send it inside forward 50. Fallon dropped the intercept mark he probably should have taken. Picked up again by Nick Thompson. Just found a way through. Gave it off to Wheeler. Wheeler met in a strong tackle. This is a good physical game of footy. Bloods will try and handball their way out. Cameron couldn't control it. Clearing kick out. It's taken away by Harker. He couldn't quite take it cleanly. O'Brien got it. Dribbling pass to Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson feeds off the handball to a teammate. Short pass was not great by Coatesmore. It was partially smothered, but he followed it up nicely to Coatesmore. Then he won the footy. He'll get a 1-2. Instead, Sam Thompson took it, and he just did not look. Blazed it inside forward 50. Easy intercept mark for the Bloods.
Bit dewy out there, isn't it? Ball's sort of, players unable to take it at the first bite of the cherry so far.
Nathan Kay is just going to send a high ball almost towards... anyone would have thought he was kicking to Troy Coates. That's where the kick was going. They come late to knock it over the boundary line.
Ben Thompson's got to be better there. Call his teammate in and allow him to take that intercept mark instead of feeling as though he's going to get crunched.
Nick O'Brien had options inboard before and he looked and just blazed inside forward 50. I feel like that's what's going to hurt Eaglehawk, not taking the most of those opportunities. Bouncing around, Mullins able to receive it. Thought about giving the handball, runs his distance and sends a nice kick in. Thompson was going to get a good look at it, Nick Thompson, but that is quarter time, and it's South Bendigo leading by 13 points, but the Borough had all the running in the last 5 minutes of the quarter there, Mick.
Yeah, they did. South Bendigo on top early, but Eaglehawk stuck to their structures, lowered their eyes a little bit going forward to centre and stopped bombing it long, and as a result, they find themselves back in this and could easily be in front if not for inaccurate kicking.
So quarter time, Anzac Day standalone Bendigo Footy League. South Bendigo 4 straight 24, Eaglehawk 1-5-11. Local footy, the place we want to be.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger for me. Bigger for making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger for the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed ColourBond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Eaglehawk and South Bendigo, round 4 of the Bendigo Football Netball League ANZAC Day action. The standalone game for the round, and it is Eaglehawk 4 straight 24. South Bendigo 4 straight 24. Eaglehawk 1-5-11 in a good opening quarter of footy. The goal kickers for South Bendigo, 2 to Smith Ralph, Brock Harvey and Jack English kicking the first. Joel Mullen kicked the only goal for Eaglehawk in that quarter. They did hit the post twice in that quarter, Eaglehawk. Norm Jenkins been with us and taking some stats today. Norm Jenkins.
Yes, well, it seems the first touch in the centre has been the South Bendigo ruckman, but it's 3 clearances apiece. Inside 50, 16 to 11, South Bendigo's way. Intercept marks, South have turned it over in defence 3 times with intercept marks and 4 times with turnovers. Eaglehawk have also caused another 3 turnovers through the centre to South Bendigo's 2. So all in all, South Bendigo more inside 50s, but the latter part of that quarter they wasted probably 7 of their last 7 inside 50s.
Mick Delaney's been looking at the better players for Eaglehawk today. Mick?
Sorry, just got caught up. Coatsy was giving us a wave. Noah Wheeler, definitely best on for Eaglehawk so far. His ball use coming out of D50 has set them up multiple times and has done a pretty good job nullifying his opponent down there as well as they're pushing him forward as we speak. Jonty Neves has kept Frawley disposal-less in the first quarter, but also credit where credit's due to Mangan. He's probably giving up 15 centimetres to McGregor and Chris, but just keeps on cracking in and creating that genuine 50-50 at stoppages.
Nathan Kay, I thought, was pretty good for the Bloods at ground level. But Big Crisp, he's dominating in the middle. He's jumping over the top of the opposition ruckman in Mangan. So really enjoying what he's doing. And Jack Fallon was pretty good ground level, Steve.
Eagle huddle. Sorry, not the Eagle. Yes, it was the Eaglehawk. How they had a big focus on clearance and how they're winning that. Also talking about seeking more defensive pressure.
Well, Steve Neville at ground level. John Hunter to get us underway in the second quarter. It is South Bendigo by 13 points.
So the restart, it'll be with Mullen. Mullen of the Borough won and lost the footy. Support was given by Wheeler. Wheeler sockers it to half forward now, diving in after the footy. In fact, it was Evans that kicked it to half forward, and then all of a sudden we've got the Borough with too far out to score. Thompson inside forward 50. I reckon there's a mark being taken. It has.
Good grab.
And it's with the Borough. It was a great grab directly in front, Barnard Street end.
Almost looks as though this is the scoring end, Johnny.
And is there any reason why it should be? I can't see it.
No,
Nick
not
Thompson
at all.
providing a target up forward, and he has to, in the absence, probably trying to have the role of Jack O'Shannessy, I reckon, Mick.
Yeah, definitely. These are the types of shots on goals that they need to convert, though, to stay in this.
Let's see what Thompson does. Barnard Street end, crosses the paint mark of 50, directly in front. QEO on a balmy evening in the middle of autumn. Who would think it? Thompson leaned back. He was never going to kick that, Mick. He just leaned straight back and out of bounds on the full.
He shanked that. For kids at home that want to learn how to kick goals, don't watch that.
He's looked busy, Nick Thompson, but he hasn't been able to finish his work off today. Had a couple of looks at goal. Bloods will bring the ball back into play. They'll clear it down the wing. Geddes' kick will go long. No mark taken. Mangan was the first hands on it. Hits the ground level. Bloods will send it down the line. Trying to find a way through. Smith Ralph couldn't pick it up. Taken away here by Zimmerman. He spun through some trouble. Then he fed the handball over the top. They'll run it inside forward 50. Poor kick. Jonty Neves intercept mark. Not paid. Might have hit the ground on the way through. Ball hits the ground. Picked up again. Zimmerman's tracked very hard to run hard at that footy. And the second effort from him to work down the ground was superb. And it ends up with Jack English, who will line him up. He kicked the first goal of the game. He's 30 out directly in front of goal at the Bendigo City end of the ground.
That was elite from Zimmerman. Not so much the kick that was lace out to English here, but up on the wing here, picked the ball up off his toes, dodged two Eaglehawk defenders, and hit up a target across half forward.
Would you call those boots pink or orange, Mick?
I would call them something that I would have never have worn.
Lobster?
They're almost in between
Lobster.
the pinky orange kind of
Lobster's
colour.
a good one, yeah.
So in he comes, English, for his second goal of the day, and he celebrates the former Sandhurst man. He's now got 2 goals on the day for South Bendigo, and the Bloods get their 5th. They are 5 straight 30. Eaglehawk are 1-5-11. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott, Builder, Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
When we're talking about shots on goal, Cam, Eaglehawk have had more shots on goal. It's just South Bendigo have done a better job capitalising so far, and they've had 3 extra inside 50 so far this game, but that's 20 points up.
Back in the middle. Nick Hawes in the middle. Mangan's up against it this evening, but he won the tap on that occasion, but hit it straight to the opposition. Gave it to Haddo. Haddo by hand to Templeton. Templeton inside forward 50. Niski was his target, but it will be the Borough that collect now. Good pick up. Ty Evans on the end of a handball. He goes short pass down the line. Thompson with his target. That was Jack, hit him on the chest, but it was too severe. Bounced off his chest over the boundary line, and across half forward we'll have a ball in, Bloods in attack.
It's nicely done by Jack Fallon, who's played some very important roles for the Bloods since coming across to co-coach them. Chris won the top down. Mangan will be tackled straight away. Harker, whose name we didn't mention too many times in that first quarter.
He's been quiet.
Might just be for a player that has such high standards, Mick. Ball hits the ground. Crisp. Horbury. Inside forward 50. Frawley is being held. Free kick against Jonty Neves, and he's hard on the boundary. And if you're ever going to say a player of his class and calibre could slot this one, I reckon James Frawley would be the first name you'd mention out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. Second touch coming up for Frawley. Neves has done a really, really good job nullifying his influence on the game, but if they put this through, all of a sudden they're 25 points up, and alarm bells start to ring.
He's taking himself about a 20-metre run up. When he releases the footy, he'll be almost right on where the paint mark of the boundary meets the 50-metre line. Takes his time, does James Frawley. He'll come in, tough kick from here, on his right, goes goalwards. It's not going to make the distance, so will fly, and no mark taken. It's a chance for Smith Ralph, who might have sharked it in the goal square. Smith Ralph's got his 3rd, and that was just something out of absolutely nothing, and that is a coach killer. The goal's been paid. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott, Builder, Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. It's 2-5, playing 5 straight.
You can imagine if Coach Matheson there is a bit angry at that. 3 Eaglehawk players and 1 South Bendigo player in the goal square. An uncontested mark dropped, and just in the right spot at the right time was Smith, and he nails his 3rd.
Still had to find his way through that massive congestion though. That wasn't easy.
Eaglehawk should have killed the ball. Oh, that's poor.
Back in the middle. Bloods getting the job done here. Early days, I know, but alarm bells are ringing. Crisp for the Bloods wins the tap. Mullen with a fresh airy for the Borough. Picked up nicely for the Borough, Nick Hoare. Nick Hoare spreads it wide. He probably didn't intend it to go that direction because it's a turnover. Now it's the Bloods. In fact, they turn it over. Thompson with the ball now for the Borough. Borough will go inside forward 50 shallow. Good defensive punch. That was good by Geddes. Ball spills to ground level 49 out from goal Barnard Street end. Ball up 36 playing 11. The Bloods lead 6 minutes gone second term.
Good game of footy at the moment. Just feel like Eaglehawk need the next one. Evans will send it inside forward 50. Fallon went the double-handed punch as opposed to marking the ball. Jack Thompson tracks after it. He's tackled straight away and the umpire says we'll ball it up. Right in front of the South Bendigo poolside change rooms race over there. Good crowd in attendance here at the QEO on a Saturday night. ANZAC Day footy. Mangan won the top down. Finding a way through there, they handball it off. They'll send it inside forward 50. It came from Evans eventually. Oh, dropped on the line. Might have been Ben Thompson.
Yeah, free kick, South Bendigo.
Was it being held? Was it Mick? I didn't quite see what the free kick before was for.
Dragged him off the ball in the contest.
Did look a little bit too easy there for Thompson to get a rather uncontested look at it, so that would explain that one. Geddes has the free kick.
Geddes now sends it swimming pool side. They seem to be playing that side this evening. Up they fly. Crisp was the target. They'll win it here, the Bloods. It was a good handball by Templeton. Gave it to the back door to Fallon. Fallon short pass finds Haddo. Haddo up against the boundary line. Swimming pool side. Off half back. Sends it down the line. Spots up his target in Frawley. Frawley dove onto it. Chest mark. Now he looks to go. Then he straightens. Still hard up against the line. True centre wing position. Short pass inboard. Aggressive to Horbury. Horbury been a little bit quiet up until now. He spreads it further afield. Now they're working it nicely here. The Bloods inside forward 50. A lead. Hits his targets.
Will Allen, Johnny, ran from centre half back, uncontested, to get that ball there.
And you've got to love it when you're a coach. You see that. What's happened here, Mick?
Kicked it out of bounds on the full.
It just was all a bit lacklustre, and they just did it in their own time. And all of a sudden we look up and it's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah.
So it's Coachmore that's going to get the free kick for Eaglehawk. His first look at senior footy this year after playing 2 games for Eaglehawk last year. What are we waiting for here?
For the ball.
The ball gone over the fence, has it? Eventually the ball comes back and you can't play a game of footy without a ball, I don't think, Mick. So Coachmore has the footy. He'll run underneath the scoreboard and then he'll kick it out of bounds on the full. So
apparently that's the way I used to play in Denali Reserves, Cam.
What, kicking it out of bounds on the full uncontested? Or?
No, playing footy without a ball. It's been a mark. It's
probably
been
didn't
taken
touch the ball on a few
to
times
Frawley.
played, so.
Hit him on the chest, Mick.
Yeah, that was really nice. Frawley looks to go up and Brock Harvey on the lead. Hits him, 25 out, probably a 63.7 degree angle.
Let's see what he's warming up for next week. Do you notice that, Cam? He'll make his calling debut next week. Now, Harvey, he looked to go inboard, but decided against it. Decided to go against it, and he's turned his back on play, then turned around and said, I'm going to kick it right from the boundary line. Hard up against the fence. Brock Harvey, underneath the scoreboard. I'm going to write it in the book. He's in my stable. Brock Harvey, no, he's not. He didn't make the distance. Matt Cameron, off hands. Good defensive work, the Borough. They tie it all up. Only a couple of metres out of goal. Ball up. Stoppage.
Quick ball up in the goal square. Matt Cameron knocked it down. Trying to find a way through again. Might have been Smith Ralph. And this time Eaglehawk are on the defensive goal line to knock it through for a minor score. So the first blemish of the day for the Bloods, Johnny. 6-1, 37 plays, 1-5, 11.
Ty Evans will look to bring it in quickly. He's looking directly down the field. Now he decides to play on and he'll bring it broadcast side.
That he does. Goes looking for Neves. It cleared over the back of him. Fallon couldn't take it either, but it might work out okay for Eaglehawks. Oscar White. Handball was good. Neves to Jack Thompson, off to Joel Mullen. Will go back to Neves. Neves then sold a little bit of an old fake handball. Tried to handball further to Ron Cherry, but he fumbled at the last second, and the South Bendigo players just ran straight to the boundary line as he was tackled. Handballed it straight over, and you got to give a free kick for that one, and I've finally got one. That was pretty obvious, that one. Mullen will receive the free kick, centre wing position, grandstand side.
Mullen will play on. He'll kick it long. He'll go inside 50.
Oh, wowee.
It's just gone into no man's land. And it just tumbled over the line, 35 from goal. And
That was almost as deliberate as the last one.
He got it in
There
the
was no
general
play
area
within
of
10
trying.
metres of anyone.
Umpire will ball it in. He wasn't under pressure either when he kicked it. Big Matt Cameron doing the ruck work. Probably got held without the footy. Then he double taps it to his feet. Eaglehawk now handball. Running shotgun went to Noah Wheeler, who went goalward and put it through for a minor score. It was skinny, 1-6-12. The Borough trail 6-1-37. 11 gone second term.
Interesting that they've put Noah Wheeler forward to the ball. He was probably Eaglehawk's best in the first quarter, but yeah, lack of opportunity and lack of influence on the game may look to get him down back for the second half of the quarter.
1-6 plays 6-1.
Simple things like that amuse you, Cameron,
Yeah,
don't they?
well, there you go.
What do they say about simple minds?
Clearing kick out from Fallon finds Haddo, defensive
Don't you
side
forget about me.
of the poolside wing. Haddo will then go down the line. Mark taken by English. Will look to come central. Eventually plays on. Thought about the option central and went further longer straight down the ground to Cameron. He marks 60 out from goal as Matt Cameron. He'll wheel around onto the left. He'll set up a little bit of a task for Harker. He was going back with the flight. Couldn't quite take it. Good defensive pressure from Eaglehawk to knock it over the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
It was very smart of Frawley there. Instead of leading up at the ball, he led back to the goal square and left the space for Harker to run back into.
Let's see what can happen here. Deep in the forward zone for the Bloods. I should leave the 1980s music's jokes alone because Cam doesn't get them as Matt Cameron's kick out of the pack. It was smothered, but in the direction of Smith Ralph. But running through the pack was Brock Harvey. Found a space, somehow went round the body and put it through, bang, through your second. Good work, 7-1-43 the Bloods. Eaglehawk 1 goal, 6-12. Approaching midway through this second term. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers Local Footy, the place we want to be, Fresh Live.
It's been the difference so far, just those second opportunities. Harvey there, grabbing the ball off the pack. It was pinging around a little bit, broke a tackle. Nice little snapping goal. That's his second of the night, Cam.
It is. I know you called me out for my simple minds thing before, but I was suggesting that the scoreline, they've both had the same amount of shots on goal and one side's 30 points in front.
That's right.
So
it's not
that Eaglehawk haven't had their chances. We're back in the middle. They need to hit the scoreboard and not just on the minor way. They need to get some big ones, and it's Billy Evans that needs to lead the way. He gets the centre clearance, sends it out wide. No mark taken, Ron Cherry, but he'll keep it out in front of him. He just fumbled at an important second. He's got 4 Bloods around him. He did well to handball to Evans. The Bloods, they swarm around him, but they work it out, Eaglehawk. They can come into the middle for Wheeler. Wheeler let it bounce over his head. Then he was able to pick it up steady. Shrugged off the tackle. He'll send it inside forward 50, looking for a lead. Good strong one taken by Thompson. Mark not paid. Hits the ground level, and they'll clear it out of there, the Bloods. Crisp has got a massive height advantage on O'Brien, but he only knocked it to ground level. Picked up for Eaglehawk. They'll fire the handball out wide. Chance here for Oscar White on his left. It's a squirmy looking kick inside forward 50. Didn't really favour anyone. And it's tracked over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Left hand forward pocket. In what Johnny would say, the ghosts of the old South Bendigo social rooms.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a sentimentalist, Cam. Why they ever knocked that down, I'll never know. Umpire will throw it in. Up they go on the rack. Matt Cameron. It was a good tap, but he tapped it to the opposition. It was a great tap if you're an Eaglehawk player because it went straight to him, Nick Thompson, and then just ran basically into an open goal. That takes it to 2-6-18 to 7-1-49. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, Local Footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Might not have been the hardest goal of the night, but for me, that's the best goal of the night. He rode that to perfection off Matt Cameron's hands, just hit up that front and centre and burst through a tackle, kicked a nice goal on the right foot, and hopefully this is the goal that gives Eaglehawk some momentum leading into half-time.
He's been threatening Nick Thompson, and it's good that he can finally get on the end and maybe get some confidence into him. Back in the middle, Mangan and Cameron. Cameron was able to get a double-handed tap down, but it's sharked by... Oh, he's got to get a free kick. He was pushed off the footy. Noah Wheeler. Hiskey tried to track after it. They were away to the races, but Wheeler receives the free kick. Looking central. Short pass was good. Mark taken for Eaglehawk in the centre of the ground. They'll wheel around. It's Ron Cherry. Ron Cherry's kick was a good one. Fly will come. Hits the bottom of the pack. It was the fly that came there for Eaglehawk. It spills out to Thompson, who snaps one towards goal again, and he's got another one. Nick Thompson snaps one around his body. He's looking dangerous tonight. 2 in a row to Thompson, and Eaglehawk get their third. They move along to 3 goals 6. The Bloods are 6 goals 1. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
This is the part of footy that I don't like, Cam. He's kicked 2 goals in 60 seconds and he's come off for a rest. If you can see that he's having this sort of influence on the game right now, leave him on. Clear the forward 50, just have him one-on-one with an opponent. He's clearly hitting the scoreboard and exactly what Eaglehawk need now. Leave him on.
You should be a coach, Mick. Half-time in the MCD FNL in that ANZAC Day clash down at Trentham. Trentham lead easily, half-time, 7-10-52 to Newstead, 4 behind. Now really the Bloods. They'll win it out of the middle. A chain of handballs. Eventually it just spills to the outer side, but it's now a turnover. The Borough will send it deep inside forward 50. The board slews. The running onto it for the Bloods will be Rusbridge. He's been pretty good over the last couple of weeks. Sends it up to the wing. Tries to find his teammate in Hardingham. You'll see it offhand. Ball up, outer side wing. Swimming pool side. 43 playing 24. Bloods lead midway through this second term.
Throw in on the poolside wing. Good crowd in attendance. Mangan won the tap down. Haddo sharked it for the Bloods. Haddo handball inboard. Nitschke missed his target though. Ping balled around out there. Eventually it came to Wheeler. Wheeler with a low ball inside forward 50. Terrific. And it lands on the chest of Sam Dean inside forward 50. Tough kick from here though, Mick. He's about 5 in from the boundary, 30 out from goal.
Yeah, the start of his run up, he's hard up on the fence here. Tough kick, but I tell you what, he kicks this, it's only 13 points of margin.
Stephen DeVort ground at ground level. What's the wind conditions doing out there? Is it going to help him with this kick?
No wind out here at the moment, so that should have no effect on the kick.
And he pulls it to the near side through for a minor score. So they're threatening a little bit here, Eaglehawk. 3-7-25, the Bloods 7-1-43, 18 gone in the second quarter. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods is Don is good.
Jack Fallon plays on from fullback and again sends it swimming pool side, this time from the Barnard Street end. Templeton was his target, came off chest. Nitschke did well and rode the footy, then handballed in the direction of Big Mac Cameron. Then he tapped it further afield, looking for Hardingham for support. Now it'll be a turnover with the Borough out of side. Good strong tackling, Bloods. They'll tie it up and it'll be a ball up. So umpire will throw it up. Crisp jumped high, jumped early, tried to tap it down the throat of his teammate in Zimmerman, who's been a little bit quiet in the last quarter or so. We'll have another ball in 43 playing 25, Bloods lead.
So's his lookalike in Templeton. Haven't called his name too many times this quarter.
No, yeah, well, you're right. Since you called him in the first minute or two, they've been pretty well non-existent.
Well, there you go. That just shows that the Bloods might be able to get these names in, and look out if Eaglehawk can't get themselves in front of goals. Zimmerman was able to find a way through. Picked off by Eaglehawks McGregor. McGregor just slammed a kick out of there as he was under all sorts of pressure. Inside forward 50, the kick will come. Templeton didn't quite favour its intended target. White bring it to ground for Eaglehawk. They'll all pounce on top of his footy and we'll get a ball up just inside forward 50. 45 out directly in front of goal. Bendigo City end of the ground. Bloods in attack. Umpire will look to throw it up. Mangan goes up into the ruck. He jumped over Cameron, but he went early because Cameron was able to pick it. Handball it forward, out into the direction of Hardingham. Missed him though. Eaglehawk will clear it out of defence. Bouncing ball. Crisp couldn't quite take it. Jack Thompson will soccer it 20 metres forward, and then it'll be a foot race to get back to it. Sliding in for Eaglehawk and unable to take clean possession though. Might have been Thompson again. Free kick, Eaglehawk. Didn't quite see what the free was for, but they'll emerge with the footy. They'll quickly send it inside forward 50. No mark taken off hands. Nitschke, Harker, he can rebound his way out of defence. It's a 50-metre kick in the Frawley direction. Knocked away from him for Eaglehawk by Neves. Neves steadied, gave it to O'Brien. He'll give it back to Neves. Neves will then feed the handball out towards Oscar White. Let it bounce. So Ben Thompson collected. He faked the handball. Then he gave it back to the run. Terrific running from Oscar White. Will go with a low left kick inside forward 50. Hit Thompson on the chest. He did everything but take the mark, but he's able to recover. Snaps it goalwards and just misses to the near side.
He looks very dangerous, Cameron.
Just dropped the mark and he almost redeemed himself with a beautiful snap. Norm Jenkins with some stats here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. 43 plays 26.
So far this quarter, Eaglehawk have had more inside 50. They've had 9-8, but Bendigo have made the most of it. Turnovers once again, Eaglehawk South Bendigo over in the centre of ground. South Bendigo have been doing it in their defence.
It's now into red time, approaching half time here at the QEO. Ball's on the wing. It's with Eaglehawk, and it's a long kick inside forward 50. It was ineffective. Mark's been taken by Holmes. Holmes comes into the side this afternoon. Finds Kay off half back for the Bloods. He'll send it in the direction of Frawley. Frawley had his arms outstretched, but it was a good defensive punch from behind. For the Borough, might have been Neves getting involved there.
Yep.
Got his fist in there. He's got his elbow heavily protected with that black protection. Umpire will throw it in. Grandstand side. On the wing. Went straight there to Crisp. Crisp on the left. Shallow inside forward 50. It's 1-on-1. Brock Harvey is one of them. Did well for the Borough. Ran onto his Coates Moore. Handball over the top. Finds a teammate in Bennett. Bennett will go inside forward 50. It's Shallow. Rebounds outside 50, but it's still the Borough. They've got the numbers. But good tackling by the Bloods. The footy, the tempo was up. Hurried soccer attempt off the ground. Ended up there with Evans. Evans goes goalward and just shies it to the right. Just dabbed at it. Puts it in for a minor score. That takes it to 28, playing 43. The Bloods lead, 22 minutes gone, second term.
Good contest. Fallon will do the kick-in duties. He'll run it out. He'll clear it down the line. Might have been Nathan Kay that actually did the kick-in duties there. Down the line it goes. Zimmerman's able to pick up the footy. Shrugged off the Sam Thompson tackle. Couldn't shrug off the second one. And a good strong tackle's laid and a free kick paid for holding the ball. Terrific tackling from Eaglehawks, Oscar White. I've really liked what he's done in the last 10 minutes, Oscar White. Short pass is good. Mark taken here by Learson. So Learson's got it, centre wing position, grandstand side. He will look to send it inside for a high chance of ball. Big fly and a big mark taken! Nick Thompson! He got up there and he took an absolute screamer. What a game he's having, Mick Delaney. And 50. No! Free kick against.
No.
He's taken mark of the year and he's had a free kick against him. Not sure what for. South Bendigo clear the kick down the line. Frawley in the contest couldn't quite take the mark. English handball to Cameron. It's going to ping right down the other end. Harker to Hardingham. Hardingham met straight away. Eaglehawk firing through there will be Wheeler. He couldn't take it. Picked up away. Running away with it will be Templeton. Free kick Eaglehawk. Might be a square up. What was the free kick for before off that last mark?
I'm not sure.
Did he pay the mark initially?
I'm not sure, but yeah, Thompson hasn't landed yet.
That was a screamer. Evans gets it, centres it towards the top of the 50. Mark taken, Ben Thompson, he handballs off to a run. They'll slam it towards goal, Eaglehawk. It might be Mullen, I reckon it is, and he's just missed it for a minor score.
Our man Norm Jenkin is telling us that it was a block off the footy. So he took the mark, didn't he?
Yeah, took absolute screamer of a mark. He got up there. Geez, he's threatening to do something tonight, and he thought he did something, but it got taken away from him. 43-28, South in front.
Reminds me of that non-mark of Jack O'Shannessy in the grand final last year. Probably in a similar area. He took a bit of a screamer and it wasn't paid. But the ball now comes up onto the wing. Broadcast side. Zimmerman has tackled strongly.
Yeah, but he dropped it at the end there. You could argue Gary Ablett held his for longer than for a bit less time than he did in the grand final last year.
He held it for about 3 seconds longer than Gary Ablett did. And Gary Ablett won a car and a house and whatever comes with it. As the footy now,
Bendigo League Premiership though.
Ground level. Zimmerman hurried kick out of the pack to the wing. Ball finds space. Neves runs onto the Bloods. Then he lost it. He had it for a moment. Smith Ralph then. He had it for a moment and lost it as well. But Crisp over to Zimmerman by hand. Zimmerman too cute over the top by hand. Went to the voice. Crisp was at voice. Couldn't find him. Picked up there by Wheeler of the Borough. That kick smothered. Comes off. Slews towards the boundary line. And right in front of us, coach's box. Across half forward to the Bloods ball in.
Couldn't ask for a better spot the ball to be to call the footy here. Good crowd in attendance. ANZAC Day footy, round 4. Bendigo League. 43-28. South Bendigo in the lead. Picked off by Eaglehawks Evans. He'll emerge with it and he'll long ball inside forward 50. It gets to the back. It might be a chance here if they can run it through. It's picked up by Thompson. He'll go goalwards. It bounces the wrong way and it goes. In fact, it actually didn't bounce anywhere near the goals in the end. It went right across the face and out of bounds for a throw in. Geez, he looks dangerous, so...
we've got Simon Rose, the Insulet coach, just down to the left of us, and he's got a big smile on his face.
Umpire will throw it in. Deep in the forward pocket. Barnard Street end. It's the Borough looking for another one before half time. Thompson, a cute one over the top. Gave it to Evans. Evans tried to make space. They'll dish it off. They're just probably over possession in the forward line now. And the ball is in dispute. Ground level. 30 out from goal. Picked up by Harker. Harker gave it to Holmes of the Bloods. Put him under pressure. And it might be a free kick. It is, Mick. What was it for?
Holding the ball. Didn't get rid of the ball. Good tackling pressure by Eaglehawk. But South just look a little panic at the moment. They're just feeling that implied pressure. And then, just unable to dispose of the ball properly. And Eaglehawk really should be in front with the way they've been playing the last 10 minutes.
It was a red-hot footy, wasn't it? Ben Thompson, I thought they'd overpossessed a little bit in the forward zone, and now they've got an opportunity. They need to make the most of it. Thompson doesn't like... Oh, he does like it! He bent his head over his shoulder as if he thought, it has missed, but it didn't. Just a must snuck through. So Eaglehawk go to... That's 4:10:34. They trail 7-1-43. We're in red time. Score sponsor Parsons Towing, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
They absolutely deserve that, just with the way they've been attacking the ball. And, just they're on top this quarter, Johnny. They're hitting the ball harder. They're using the ball better than South Bendigo. South Bendigo look like they're in a bit of a frazzle at the moment, unable to dispose of the ball properly or find anyone, forward of the centre. So, Cam, big couple of minutes here leading into half-time.
Well, you just sense if Eaglehawk can get another one and there is time, they are going to go right into the half-time break feeling in control, even though they might not be in front in the scoreboard. It's only a 9-point margin. 7-1 plays 4-10. Taken away by Haddo. He'll send it inside forward. 51 against the brain. A Graham would be huge. Picked off by Neves. Neves' handball out of there was good. Taken away White. Handball good for Eaglehawk from Hall. It came backwards to Learson. Learson's kick poor. Intercept mark. Haddo. Centre wing position. Grandstand side.
Haddo looking inboard. Short pass 30 forward. That was okay. Hits Templeton. Probably needs to lift a little bit here, Templeton, because the pressure's on with Eaglehawk. Plays on the left. Harvey will be the target down forward. Up they fly. 30 out from goal. Crisp, he rove that footy, but just handballed it to Voice and gave it straight to the opposition in Bennett of the Borough.
They just panic with it a little bit. It'll come back to where it got it from. Short pass, Eaglehawk. Bennett. Inboard, Sam Thompson. Sam Thompson's handball good to Evans. Evans through the middle of the ground for White. He's got Wheeler on the wing all on his own. Wheeler will receive. He's got time to steady. Wheeler goes with a low kick inside forward 50 in the direction of Thompson. Good defence from Holmes. Thompson kept it alive, paddled it to himself. He was still paddling it towards goal. Holmes then had to tackle him. And he almost pulled off something spectacular again there. And he gained some vital metres to get it to the top of the goal square where he'll get a ball up. Knocked down and kicked through. Ron Cherry's got it.
Touched off the boot.
There you go. Minus score. Let down. I was waiting for the signal. Ron Cherry gave it the big fist. 43-35. Bloods in control. Well, in on the scoreboard, but Eaglehawk in control of the game at the moment, Johnny.
Geez, they've had their chances. Mick mentioned it before. Fallon plays on from full-back. It's an ugly-looking copter ball that goes beyond 50. Picked up now by Evans. Evans of the Borough. It goes short to Hanley. Hanley to half forward. Geez, they're lining up here. Have they got time? Wheeler goes inside forward 50 to Mangan. Mangan will dish it off to Sam Thompson of the Borough and slews it wide for a minor score. Good build up though. 43 playing 37.
South Bendigo just need to get this ball in and kill time here and just get into half time in front. Eaglehawk all over them at the moment.
The score.
36 in fact. Yeah.
16 scoring shots to 8. They've doubled them in scoring shots and they trailed the game, Mick.
Unreal.
It is a crazy game, this game that we love in footy. No mark taken out of the clear out. Matt Cameron will soccer it forward into the middle. Smith Ralph was there, couldn't take it. Picked up by Ty Evans. Forced to go backwards was Evans. He'll swing the kick out wide. Mark taken for Eaglehawk in defence through Bennett. He can emerge down the pull side wing. Decides to put the ball on the ground and touch it instead of bouncing it. Low ball down the line. Not paid the mark. Might have bounced in front of him. It came to Evans. Evans forward. Hare took the footy. He lost it. Good defence from Oscar White. He's getting busy in this game. Eaglehawk emerged. They'll send the high ball inside forward 50 looking for a fly. Thompson couldn't get it, but it spills to Ben Thompson standing at the back. Couldn't quite get purchase on it. And the Bloods do well to rush it through for a minor. They are chasing him down in minors.
Played on quickly now. The Bloods. You can sense it must be nearly Half-time here, Templeton with the footy of the Bloods. He kicks it to space. It's gone shallow inside 50. Running onto the footy for the Burrowers, Coatesmore. Used his evasive skills and found space. His target was Wheeler on the wing. Wheeler probably asked for a free kick, which wasn't there. Threw his hands back and saw it over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball in, Mick.
They are lost going forward at the moment. They've just got no targets, just crashing D50 at the moment, just holding on till half time.
Plenty of targets inside that forward line, but they're just not getting them a good look at it. Cameron knocked it down, taken away Templeton. Handball was smothered. It came out to Billy Evans. Evans with a ball inside forward 50. Didn't favour his forward in Nick Thompson, and you can see he was frustrated. He didn't get the delivery he wanted inside forward 50. Intercept mark for the Bloods, doesn't matter. But Eaglehawk will trail it by 1 goal, despite having, an extra 10 shots at goal in terms of the scoreboard. Crazy game of footy, Mick Delaney. 4-13-37 Eaglehawk, 7-1-43 South Bendigo, and they probably don't deserve to be in front, but they are.
They don't. Absolutely not. Eaglehawk have had the run of it the last 15-20 minutes of game time, and it's just by pure lack of polish in front of goals that they're not in front. So for Troy Coates, he'll be wanting to get the boys in, and just let them know that this is probably their poorest half of footy that they've played.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger. For making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger. For the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
It's half-time at the home of country football this ANZAC Day in 2026. South Bendigo 7-1-43 against a competitive Eaglehawk this evening, 4-13-37. So 43 playing 37 here with a big injury list. The Borough have been very, very impressive. John Hunter, Cam Power, Mick Delaney, Norm Jenkins and Steve Navort at ground level, bringing you all the action. Radio Live 101.5 FM across Central Victoria, online on your Community Radio Plus app and TuneIn Radio. Local footy, the place we want to be, fresh live.
How good is it, Johnny and Cam, to see the amount of kids out in the Oval having a kick at half time with, you know, just enjoying the night for what it is, being the only game that's on, and you've got South Bendigo kids, you've got Eaglehawk kids, you've got kids from other clubs in and around the Bendigo area, just enjoying tonight for what it is.
I just went for a walk down there, and this crowd is massive. The grandstand's chockers, down to the left of us where we can't quite see from our broadcast spot. They're a good 6-7 people deep down there. It is huge, this crowd. For a home and away game, I'd probably argue this crowd is actually bigger than some of the early finals you'd get, and we've seen some massive crowds this year. We look at Eaglehawk and Sandhurst in the first round on the Saturday when it was a standalone game. That crowd was massive as well, so the people are really starting to turn out to the footy this year in Bendigo footy, and it probably has been in previous seasons, Mick, where the crowds probably haven't been where they wanted, but now we've genuinely got 7 teams in good contention for a spot of playing finals. The crowds are rolling in because they're guaranteed a good game of footy.
It generates interest, doesn't it? Like, you know that your club's going to be competitive and you're just not rolling up to see your team get smashed by 100 points or whatever it might be. So, being the coach of the Interleague, Simon Rosa, seen him a couple of times walk past us here with a big smile on his face. You know, you got 2 really good quality clubs here that no doubt will have representatives from both sides of the ledger representing our league later in May. But for tonight, Cam, it's been a story of accurate kicking, hasn't it?
Yeah, the general consensus that I've gotten wandering around out there is the Eaglehawk people are talking about Nick Thompson and what a quarter of footy he had. He was in amongst it and everything that quarter. And the crowd are really noticing it. He's starting to go almost get cult hero status when he goes near the footy now.
VFL listed by Collingwood, Mr. Thompson is.
Well,
so
I think he hurt himself in the grand final last year and didn't play after midway through the first or second quarter last year. And he's came back, and this might be his first game back for this year. Maybe it's his second, but he didn't play in the first round, and they probably lack targets inside forward 50. And we know the absence of Clayton Holmes for a long period of time, but that really hurt their forward line structure not having him. And
definitely,
Nick Thompson can provide that option. You never know what they might be able to produce going forward. And South Bendigo have got the options going forward, but they're not utilising them at the moment. As Norm Jenkins, what are the stats telling us in this game?
Inside 50s for Eaglehawk and only 11 inside 50s for South Bendigo. Turnovers, once again, were all Eaglehawk's way. They had 10 turnovers for the quarter, and South Bendigo only had 5. So South Bendigo made the most of their inside 50s. They were able to kick 4-1 that quarter, whereas the first quarter Eaglehawk kicked 1-5, and in that quarter Eaglehawk, they kicked 3-8. Wasted opportunities from their 16 inside 50s. So centre clearance is even. It was 4 to South Bendigo and 3 to Eaglehawk.
Norm Jenkins there on stats. Thanks to Norm Jenkins. Steve Navort's down at ground level. Steve, the atmosphere out there is pretty good, but what have you found out roaming around at half time down there?
Yeah, went down into the Eaglehawk rooms. Very adamant that they are on top in this game and that they're going to run over South Bendigo in this second half. They're also plotting a plan to, I believe it was play Nick Thompson one out in that forward 50. Don't quote me on that exactly though.
Well, I hope no one from South Bendigo is listening, but if they clear the forward line for him and let him go to work, Steve, he's been magnificent down there. Where were you down there to see that attempted mark? Well, it wasn't marked, but it was not paid because of a free kick. What did you see that actually was the free kick against that? Because there's a few people around the ground going, oh, he might have been robbed of mark of the year.
Well, I thought it was a mark, but my footy brain would say that it was a push in the back going up for the leap there, so don't know what it actually was though.
Steve Navort down at ground level, keeping us updated down there in front of a pretty big crowd here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. The goal kickers in this game, Johnny, there was 3 to Smith Ralph, 2 to Jack English, 2 to Brock Harvey, and for Eaglehawk it is Joel Mullen with 1, 2 to Nick Thompson and 1 to Ben Thompson. No relation between those 2 Thompsons. There's 4 Thompsons out there and Nick's the odd one of the 4. So anyway, there's a useless bit of information. Who's been the better players in this game for the Bloods, John Hunter?
Well, I'm going to ask Mick for a bit of input and a help because I don't think the Bloods have definitely not been at their best this evening, because I think it's more about consistency. Smith-Ralph at times early on was pretty good. I feel like Fallon has had his hands on the footy, but most of those times have probably been when he's been kicking in from full-back and playing on, so it just feels like he's getting a little bit of the ball. But probably Crisp, the big ruckman, consistently tapping and jumping over the top and getting some pretty good possessions. But for the rest of them, it's just been a little bit inconsistent, and I can't really pick out some of their bigger names that have had a mark on this game, and they probably need to, because if they don't, they could find themselves in for a bit of a shock in this second half of this game.
Absolutely. Noah Wheeler, Jonty Neves, Geordie Mangan's battling it out hard in the ruck, being outsized by both Crisp and Cameron. But I tell you what, Nick Thompson in that forward 50, if he gets it one out and he's just able to get to work, then that'll be a highlight reel in itself, as we see Eaglehawk start to go out to their positions. And sure enough, Eaglehawk have 5 players up at the top of their 50, and Nick Thompson one out with the whole 50 to himself.
Now, our Bendigo,
not even out on the ground yet.
Bendigo City Framers $100 voucher, our award for our sponsorship that we've got with Bendigo City Framers. I reckon if it was me picking, it's Mick Delaney, but that man you just mentioned, he's going to take some tossing if he keeps on the vein that he has been in this first half. I don't want to put words in your mouth and pick our players.
Can I put one name forward, Mick? I think Noah Wheeler's been absolutely magnificent in the middle there. I'm not putting pressure on you, but Noah Wheeler, he's leading the way going forward.
Lucky I'm the one selecting the award, boys, so I'll just have to clear conscience and
getting the nod from Steve Navort down there at ground level as well. Are you suggesting Noah Wheeler as well for you down there as well, Stevie?
Yeah, I thought Wheeler's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Got to get the ball inside forward 50 to allow players like Nick Thompson to do their work. Mick Delaney, and he's the one doing it. So,
yep. Noah Wheeler back into the middle by the looks of things, so he'll start in with the mids. Got Nick Thompson forward 50 all by himself. So they've got an even spread of who they've had playing well all throughout the ground. For South Bendigo, they call it the third quarter the premiership quarter. This probably means a little bit more than that, given that they've probably played well for 10 minutes of this game and still find themselves in front. Good teams find ways to win even when they're not playing well. So the old saying, class is permanent, form is temporary. If they can turn this around, then that's a big green tick for Coach Fallon and the boys.
Well, and it's going to be a logjam at the end of the season, so this could be an important game in the context of season 2026. The second half of this ANZAC Day clash here at the home of country football, the Queen Elizabeth Oval. It sees South Bendigo 7-1-43 lead Eaglehawk 4-13-37, a 6-point margin. Local footy, the place we want to be on ANZAC Eve night, fresh live for the start of the third term. Here's Cam Power.
Big quarter of footy to come. Eaglehawk and South Bendigo on ANZAC Day. Standalone footy. Cameron and Mangan in the ruck. Quarter dead heat. Cameron was able to pick it up and shovel it out towards Templeton. He'll send it inside forward 50. No mark taken in defence for Eaglehawk from Hanley. Spills out the back to Jonty Neves, who was tackled by Smith-Ralph. Just got hands to it. Shoved off the footy. Picked up by Haddo. Haddo goes goalwards and gets a little low worm-burning kick to go his way. What a start to the second half for the Bloods, and Brody Haddo gets the finish. They increased their lead.
He was one of those ones that needed to pick up his game. A bit quiet in the first half, but as we said not 2 minutes ago, Johnny, form is temporary, class is forever, and kicking that inside-out banana from the boundary is personified in that.
8-1-49 plays 4-13-37. A 2-goal lead to South Bendigo. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods is Don is good.
It's been the story of the night, hasn't it? South Bendigo just taking the opportunities. Eaglehawk doing it the hard way at the moment.
Big crowd here at the home of country football. Matt Cameron won the tap for the Bloods. Then it spills. Oh, collared. Might be Thompson for the Borough. The play's on quickly. It is. Hurried kick now, shallow inside forward 50. Mangan playing up forward. He just can't pick it up. It was at his ankles. Templeton then swoops in and picks it up for the Bloods. Looks for Geddes. They need to be careful here. Hurried kick out of the pack. Bouncing, rolling ball for the Borough. Just shy of the post for a skinny one. And it is 4-14-38 playing 8-1-49. Bloods lead, 2 minutes gone, third term.
Again, just South Bendigo taking their opportunities at one end of the ground. And that, unfortunately, just bouncing the other side of the post. 18 scoring shots to 9 so far.
Fallon brings the ball in. He'll wheel it down the broadcast side wing. Cameron couldn't mark it. Spills out the back to Harker. He accelerates away from Hall, but he's still after him, and he got him.
Great chase.
It was
down
like
tackle.
a greyhound chasing the rabbit, and the greyhound got him. Doesn't happen very often, but occasionally it does. Terrific one-day tackle there from Nick Hall. So Hall gets the footy. He'll bang it down the line. Sam Dean will one come. He decided to go the punch instead of marking it. Almost falconed himself. Picked up by Templeton. Templeton handballs out to Hare. Hare handballed it straight back to Dean. Ben Thompson put his head over the footy and was tackled straight away. Umpire says ball it up.
Very interesting, Cam. Eaglehawk pushing all numbers up to the contest, and Nick Thompson one-on-one inside forward 50 all by himself.
Matt Cameron's going to get an uncontested look at it, so he grabs it, has time to then funnel the handball forward to Harker. He'll steady with a little low kick down the line. Found its teammate who ran over the boundary line there, James Frawley. Jonty Neves has been absolutely superb on James Frawley this game, Nick.
He's done awesome. Yep, definite top 3 for Eaglehawk players so far.
I might have been a bit hard on Jordan Mangan. They both got beards. It was Sam Dean down that just couldn't pick it up at his ankles. He went at it like a ruckman. That's my defence anyway.
I've had a couple. Those two, they look very similar with those beards they've got going, don't they?
Yeah, it's like the Grizzly Adams. You probably don't even know who Grizzly Adams is.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. I know that saying.
He did. You've got a bit of an ugly one going too, Cam, by the way. But this time it is Mangan with the beard. Short pass. Oh, he made Wheeler work. 50. Didn't see. I don't think you see that either, Mick, did you?
No,
Cam,
no.
will go to you. What was that for?
I'm just more amused that Wheeler's got no hair at all on his head compared to the beard that he's got going Mangan. It's very different.
Those simple things are starting to creep back into your game, Cameron. Mangan by hand to a running Noah Wheeler. He'll go to the top of the square. Bloods need to be careful. Running onto it, and it's a goal for the Borough. Slots it through. Don't tell me it's Nick Thompson again.
No.
I told you not to tell me and you didn't. We'll get back to you just in a second. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be.
White.
It's fresh live. That was Oscar White. So that takes it to 5-14-44 to 8-1-49. We're down to a 5-point margin. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
That's work rate by White out there on the wing. Yeah, 30 metres in front of his opponent, getting that nice crumbing front and centre goal.
Well, they needed that one to get themselves back in at Eaglehawk. Matt Cameron's done well in the ruck, knocked it down. Wheeler then punched it forward for Eaglehawk. White will soccer it. It goes into the head of Nathan Kay, who tackled his Eaglehawk opponent without the footy. So free kick, Eaglehawk in a dangerous position. Blake McGregor handballs off to Wheeler. Umpire says you have to give it back. Oh, hang on a minute. The players ran straight through there. I'm not sure what happened there. Kick inside forward 50 eventually. Should have that not been a 50-metre penalty then, Mick?
No,
the ball was handballed back to him.
Yeah, they called play on straight away. So
right,
technically they could have tackled him. Yeah.
Wow, that didn't look very clean. I thought they would have given it back to him. But anyway, we'll move on. Taken away Zimmerman. Down the poolside wing, Frawley being held without the footy. Uses his experience to make sure the umpire didn't not see that one. So Frawley gets it. Bennett comes to man the mark to allow Neves to roll back into defence. Bloods will get a low kick inside forward 50. Neves did well. They win it out Eaglehawk, and then they just put an absolute Scheisenhausen of a kick out of bounds on the full.
3/4 time in the MCD FNL. Newstead have not scored a goal. They are 8 behind, so technically they probably have got a goal, and they trail 12-11-83. Did that make sense, Cameron?
Yeah, must be something about wearing blue and white and being Kangaroos and not kicking many goals in footy this year, Mick.
Kangaroos have been good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, in the mains. Oh, not
Normie's telling me Boomer is playing down there, having a big influence.
Oh, Boomer for Trentham.
The voice of the MCD from Norm Jenkin. We'll hear from him very shortly.
Back in the middle here, Nathan Kay's emerged with the footy. He'll send it inside forward 50. Bouncing around. Harvey. Tackled. We'll get a ball up. Of course, Brent Harvey played in the grand final side for Trentham last year, so good to see him running around out there again.
He's nearly as old as me, Cam.
Probably in better nick than you are.
Oh, that's debatable. I'm better looking. That's the main thing.
You blokes fight like a married couple.
Ball up inside forward 50. It's a great game of footy going on. It's only a 5-point lead to South Bendigo. Cameron knocked it down. Cleared out of there for the Borough. Oscar White will track down. It's picked up by Ben Thompson, who's then able to just send it forward. Nick Thompson got his head absolutely clean ripped off as he went to pick up the footy. He gets up quickly, emerges with it inside forward 50. He's got the loose option in Dean. He was might have been tripped. It's going to go right towards the top of the goal square. It's soccered through by Jack Thompson in the end. Jack Thompson gets the goal from the soccer. We're looking at Sam Dean, who's slowly to his feet. But that's a goal to Eaglehawk, and they're actually in front.
9-1-55.
It'll be 8-1-49 to 6-14-50. So a 1 point lead to Eaglehawk.
Right.
I believe, if the scoreboard, which has gone haywire on us here at the minute.
Hopefully Sam Dean's all right. He went down awkwardly, grabbed at his knee, jumped straight back up, and he's hobbling off to the bench. We'll get you an update shortly. Maybe Stevie can look after a sec.
He looked like he played for the free kick a little bit for me, Mick.
Still took the legs out for him.
Well, he did, but he made the umpire look at it. But South Bendigo will win it out of the middle. The target, it's Frawley, and why wouldn't it be? But the Borough, they've got the numbers. They'll clear off the half-back zone. The ball comes wide, but it's now a turnover. Mark to Nitschke. Nitschke of the Bloods looks up. What's he got on offer? Plays on, and then he goes looking for Big Mac Cameron. They'll set themselves. The ball spills wide. Running onto it, there will be the skipper in Hare. Couldn't get it over the line. It goes, and it will be a ball in. So it is a 1 point margin. So, Cam, you're right. It's 8-1-49 to 6-14-50. Game on here at the QEO.
You put it in the wrong side of the book then, Johnny, for the goals there. We'll get it thrown in inside forward 50 here for the Bloods. Wheeler hacks it out of the ground, sends it into the centre. Picked up by Hall. Wheeler goes again. He'll get the footy, which ended up finding its way into his lap. He's been magnificent in this game so far. Bloods emerge through Kay. He finds some space. Handball out to Templeton. Templeton on the left. It was a rather awkward looking kick style inside forward 50, but it's going to result in a free kick going the way of Eaglehawk. Player being held without the footy. Neves wastes no time. Coatesmore emerges with a footy. Took an advantage. Good central kick. Lands into the arms of Mullen. Mullen will get onto his right. Will send it down the poolside wing. Ron Cherry checks after it. He can steady. He got around his opponent. Then he fires out a handball in the direction of Oscar White. White can steady. Handballed it back to where no one was. Bloods will have the numbers. They'll clean this one up. And they're just playing with it around the boundary line here. Not the cleanest passage of play. Short pass Bloods. Still in play. Harker. Looks one way, then the other. Then he just sends a kick that went barely 5 metres. Mark not paid to Kay because the distance wasn't met. Had to quickly go. Sent it out wide. And a good strong mark is taken by Brodie Haddo. Centre wing position, pull side.
They feel under pressure, the Bloods. And an undermanned Borough. Super competitive. 1 point margin. Inside forward 50. The target was Frawley, but it was beyond him and over the boundary line it went. And it will be a ball in.
Eaglehawk's running patterns are really impressing me, Johnny.
They seem composed. They've got the composure in this game.
Yep, they've warmed into it.
They just need to get their noses in front and anything can happen. Mangan will do the ruck work for the Borough. Chris probably won the tap, but there's a sea of Borough players. Hurried kick out of the pack, goes up to the wing, chasing the footy. The intended target was Hoare. He wins it and then keeps his feet. He was strong through the hips, but in fact, it was a good bit of tackling, and the man that did that work was Jake Rusbridge.
So
50 metres.
Did he?
Did you see what that was for?
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, but an Eaglehawk player ran through the mark. So this will result in potentially a shot. He'll be 55 out in a 45-degree angle.
So to the Barnard Street end. You just sense that they need a settler. Down at ground level, Steve. What are you seeing, Steve Nevert?
Yeah, just a corky in the left quad for Sam Dean.
Well, the kick went long and it didn't make the distance, and now it just works its way into the pocket. It'll be either out of bounds, is it out of bounds, and we'll have a ball in. 1 point margin, Bloods trail, 11 minutes gone in this third term. Umpire will throw it in. Barnard Street end. Crisp versus Mangan. Mangan front position, probably won the tap. A lot of players around the footy. Handball was a little bit overzealous there by Mangan. Pack forms, ground level, ball up. Stoppage. Now we're ticking towards 12 minutes. 1 point margin. Borough, they're in front just by the slightest of margins.
Crisps knocked it down. Harker getting his hands on the footy hard up against the boundary line kick was smothered.
South Bendigo playing one loose behind the ball. Nick Kay is playing about 50 metres behind the ball by himself.
Nathan Kay playing that loose role. That's a big tactic for the Bloods. try and stop Eaglehawk surging the ball forward because they've got all the run at the moment. Ben Thompson emerged with the footy, couldn't take it cleanly though. Spills to ground level. Picked up and cleared out of there for Eaglehawk. Bulger's got work to do, knocked it to ground. Bloods pick it up and they just dive on top of this one. Umpire Goodrich circling and says you had no intention to get rid of that footy in the end there. So the free kick will go against South Bendigo.
McGregor, is it, I think?
It is McGregor with the footy.
He's got the tats on the legs, Cam.
Yeah, McGregor. I'm trying to see who the bloke got up rather gingerly from the contest there. Into the middle of the ground. Mangan dropped the mark, but he had time to recover. Gave it to Neves. Neves gets it. This is the run from Eaglehawk. O'Brien feeds it through, and Evans will be gone. The tackling in this game's been elite, and they get into him to let him know about it as well. So Ty Evans caught holding the ball in the middle of the ground. Jack English is playing the role as a tagger, as we so often see. Handball's off to Fallon. He emerges with it on his left. That is a beautiful kick on the left out to Frawley. Frawley did well to trap it. Then a low kick inside forward 50. Needs someone to present up at the footy. Bounces towards the bottom of the pack. They'll all dive on top of this one. We'll have a ball up top of the goal square. Still no goal in this game for James Frawley.
Bloods deep in attack now. Barnard Street end. Chris wins the tap. He put it into the path of his teammate in Sims. Sims went goalward, but it was intercepted by the Borough. A short kick. Might be a free kick. Go to Thompson. Short pass Neves. 30 metres forward, but they're still in the back zone. Bringing it down the broadcast side. Commentary wing. 15 metres in from the boundary line. Goes aggressive. Oh, it's ineffective. Turnover here. Sims intercepted, but they're going to get away with it now. Neves then goes by hand to Wheeler. Wheeler aggressive to half-back. They're looking corridor, and it gets all tied up by the Bloods. Emerging is Niski. Hands it off to Crisp. Crisp hurriedly on the left, and he's found a target. I don't know if it was intended, but it doesn't matter, and he hits up Frawley, who takes a tumbling mark.
It's the power of playing in front when you get that rush kick inside forward 50. Frawley just in the right spot at the right time, and he's got an opportunity. 45 out directly in front to kick his first on the night, Cam.
Yeah, Neves looks so frustrated on the mark there as well. Really didn't do anything really wrong. Was just caught that behind, and you get a shallow kick inside forward 50 there, Mick.
Yep, just good footy though from South Bendigo, and in particular Frawley just playing in front.
Experience.
Wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Frawley now just needs to settle his side, the Bloods. He won't play every game this year, Frawley. Barnard Street end, pretty much directly in front, sprays it wide. He didn't like it off the boots. And that evens it all up. 50 apiece here, 15 minutes odd, third term. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
Noel Wheeler on kick-out duties.
Been good with his ball here so far. Wheeler emerges with it, runs his 15 metres, bangs it down the poolside wing. Mark taken. Ben Thompson, centre wing position, poolside. Will come more central. Hits the kick that just, well, it wobbles inside forward 50. Didn't hit it very well at all, and Fallon takes the intercept for the Bloods. Wastes no time going central. Templeton takes the mark. Umpire calls him to play on. McGregor comes up to put the pressure on, but he was able to steady. Kick was good. Finds its way into the hands of Sims. Sims, he fooled everyone with a little kick over the top, then worked his way back onto his right. Sent it inside forward 50. Smith-Rolfe set himself, couldn't take it. Thompson handballs his way to Evans. Evans will clear the kick, poolside wing, but he's just kicked the space. There's no one out there. Rusbridge eventually will get back, and he'll get back, and he'll be taken towards the boundary line. And we'll get a throw in, or a boundary throw in, whether or not he got taken over the line or he didn't. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it's going to be a throw in, Johnny.
Got a good turn of pace, Rusbridge, John.
He has. I'm just checking my raffle tickets. I bought some for the South Bendigo Bloods, but I'm nowhere near it. Ronnie Hyatt doing some great work at the start of the game, as he always does. He's been around for years. The Hyatt family. As Eaglehawk, they'll win it off half back now, look to build something to the city end. You just sense that they need to get a goal. Is it going to be a turnover? One-handed pick up by Brock Harvey. He got collared by Thompson. Sam Thompson did well. Now the ball spills. It's at 50. Eaglehawk win it off half back. Evans getting involved. Spreads a handball wide. He did it nicely to Hanley. Hanley the outer side wing. They've got numbers here, the Borough, running onto it and then tapping it forward. Field was White, who's been good this afternoon, but boundary line one, and we'll have a ball in. All up 50 apiece here, 16 minutes.
Back, Johnny.
Coming back for a free kick.
Free kick to Mullen.
Well,
it's a free kick for
got taken down high in the contest.
Mullen now. Joel Mullen. He'll go in the pocket. target, couldn't quite hit it. Might have been Nick Thompson, and it was a push off the footy, and a free kick will go to the Bloods, and that'll get them a chance to regroup.
Hey Mick, we mentioned the players for our City Frame Best Ground Sponsors Award. Jonty Neves, could he be in the conversation for that? He's been magnificent.
Definitely.
So Neves playing a blinder down there. Bloods work it down the line. Takes the mark. Handballs off to Haddo. They go down the poolside wing. Haddo gets, steadies, has a bounce, looks up, has a few options. One of them's a short pass to Nicky. That's what he gets. He'll wheel around onto his right. He's going to pump it right towards the goal square. Frawley and another one with Neves. He's got a good important punch in there. And it goes towards the boundary line for a boundary throw in left hand forward pocket. It's been a brilliant battle between those two. Scores the level. It's just one side's kicked 6-14, the other's kicked 8 goals 2.
Impossible to pick who's going to win this game. Eaglehawk undermanned. They've been super impressive this evening. Hurried kick out of the pack goes forward for the Bloods, but running with the fly of the ball. What's Thompson, I reckon, and a free ground level Steve Navort.
Yeah, just an update on Sam Dean for Eaglehawk. He went down to the room very quickly. He's come back to the ground now and he's getting further treatment.
Bloods deep in a attack. Big Mac Cameron tapped it. He tacked it straight to Thompson. Thompson couldn't win it. The players around the footy at the top of the goal square.
Are we expecting to see him come back on, Steve?
Umpire will pull it up. Big Mac Cameron and Mac Cameron, it fell into his lap. His kick was smothered. Hurried kick out of the back by the Borough. It goes beyond 50. Running onto the footy nicely. It was hurried. The footy though was Turnbull. Then get collared the Bloods. Turnbull then taps it over the boundary line. 49 from home, Bloods lead. We are all tied up, Cameron, with a very competitive game. And there's no clear winner, I reckon.
No, scores a little in this game, so it's a good game of footy. Not sure which way it's going to go. And a game that is really fitting to the day that we have here of ANZAC Day. Two teams going hard at it and not dying wondering. It's a terrific game of footy. Ball hit the bottom of the pack again off the throw-in. The ball up. Steve down at ground level. Sam Dean, is he coming back on the ground?
Not exactly sure. Last I saw he was still getting down. Not sure where he's gone now.
He's Stephen Navort down at ground level, keeping us updated. Bloods track after the footy. Kay was playing that loose roll that Mick Delaney called earlier, but he was pounced upon pretty quickly in the tackle there from Eaglehawk.
We're approaching red time here at the QEO, 3/4 time. We'll go to Norm Jenkins for stats. How are you looking in this game?
Well, so far this quarter's been dominated by South Bendigo. They've had 10 inside 50s for 1 goal, whereas Eaglehawk have had 5, but they've kicked 2 goals, 1.
So the kick went forward to the Bloods. It was a free kick against Brock Harvey and Coatesmore. So they'll send it into the middle of the ground. Here Eaglehawk, they hit Bill Evans. He'll stroll to the centre of the queue. He'll send it inside forward 50. Push out from Thompson. Ball didn't get to the back either. Bloods will do well to kill this one towards the boundary. It's picked up. The middle handle further forward. Taken over the boundary line for Eaglehawk. Might be bold with the feet. We'll get a ball up underneath the scoreboard.
That was really impressive by Hunt there. 1-on-1 with absolute informed player on the ground in Thompson. Got his hands, caused a 50-50. Now we've got a ball in.
Scores a level. 50 apiece, 20 minutes gone, third quarter. Harker took it out of the ruck. It wasn't the ruckman, so it's a free kick going to Eaglehawk, I reckon. Or are we having... that's what's happened, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
The ball landed in Harker's chest, and he went to play on, and neither ruckman touched the footy with the no. Bit unfortunate, though, when the throw-in's a bit like that, and it kind of just lands in your lap, I think, Mick. But
yeah, don't like it, but that's what footy is.
You got the ruck to touch it. Thompson's going to send it towards goal. He might even kick this one, and he does! Ben Thompson slams through an absolute beauty for his second. And Eaglehawk at the front for the second time. 7-14-56 to the Bloods, 8-2-50. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods is Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be, it's Fresh Live.
As I said, Eaglehawk making the most of their inside 50s this quarter. 6 times in for 3 goals. South Bendigo 10 times in for 1 goal. Turnovers once again. Eaglehawk are causing turnovers right across the ground. South Bendigo, they get it through ball ups, etc. to be able to get their run. They've been able to cause a lot of turnovers.
Back in the middle, restart. Up they go. Mac Cameron down there, and he tried to shovel it towards Templeton, and it caused a turnover. Wheeler was out there, dropped the foot, managed Eaglehawk to push it towards half forward. By Nitschke of the Bloods. The ball slews off the side of the Boot getting involved at Thompson at ground level. Strong tackle on Rutledge and across half forward. In fact, halfway between the centre and half forward. Ball Eaglehawk in attack. 6 point margin. The Borough, the lead. Blokes, what have we got here? On the end of it, Wheeler. The Borough sends it straight forward 50. Ball is still in dispute. It'll be won eventually by Bloods. They'll spread it outside 50. Receiving the footy was Sim.
Sim's got it. Tried to get his umpire to pay a 50. He had to send it in the middle of the ground. Jack English moves it for South. Nice look further forward. Mark taken Haddo. He's in the centre of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. He'll send it out in a one-on-one. And that one-on-one, Crawley, who's taken the mark.
Might be Will Allen down there.
It's actually, no, Callum Crisp is the man down there with the footy. Jonty Neves all over it, and actually Callum Crisp. The Crisp takes 10 in the boundary. Might have been a free kick for a high contest, but mark or a high one, take a pick, doesn't really matter. It's going to result in the Callum Crisp the top game back up. 10 in the boundary, 25. Poolside change in the pocket, put it across the base, my score.
Kicked it like a ruckman, Ronnie.
51 plays 56. Eaglehawk lead by 5 points. 23 minutes into the third quarter.
They just shouldn't have. They should have shot a goal, Mick. Eaglehawk, Harriet, kicking from back onto the wing. Mang got hands on footy and couldn't grab it. Eaglehawk, they just seem to have the numbers at the moment. The field by Hawk. Good position. 4 through the middle. They're running. Barrow go inside forward 50 now. Setting himself nicely. Thompson dangerous. Then goes around the big goal. The goal square. Touch on the goal line. From one score. Big point mark. 10 point for a top. 15.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger. For making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger. For the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
Local footy, the place you want to be. It's fresh live, and where else would you want to be on your ANZAC Day night? And it is a cracking game of footy between South Bendigo and Eaglehawk. The Bloods 9-3-57, Eaglehawk 7-15-57. It has been a magnificent game of footy. Norm Jenkins been taking some stats. Norm, what have the stats been telling us in this game?
Well, the centre clearances have been even all night, and it was once again the same in the third quarter. It was 3 apiece. Inside 50s were 13-8 in favour of South Bendigo. And turnovers, once again, it was Eaglehawk that are causing plenty of turnovers and getting plenty of run off those turnovers. And I think that's going to stand them in good stead in this last quarter, as they're finding it easier to get inside 50 than what South Bendigo are. And that quarter they kicked 2 goals to 1. So they also found it easier to find the big opening.
Before Mick Delaney gives us his better players from Eaglehawk, the goal kickers in this game: Joel Mullen, 1, Oscar White, 1, 2 to Nick Thompson, Jack Thompson, 2 to Ben Thompson. So Thompson getting involved in the game there for Eaglehawk. Brock Harvey, 2 for the Bloods, Alexander Smith-Rolfe with 3, Brody Haddo, 1, Callum Crisp, 1, and Jack English, 2.
Noah Wheeler, he's been awesome for Eaglehawk. When we're talking disposals wise, they just look so much better with him using the ball coming out of D50. He's been able to lace up quite a few targets going through the middle of the ground, and that's where it's been won and lost for Eaglehawk so far. They've been able to get ascendancy because of their running power forward of centre. Jonty Neves, again on Frawley all night. He's been awesome. He would have had 15 touches himself and kept Frawley to a handful, and also, goalless so far as well. but also Oscar White on the wing. Just his power running up and down, running the tram tracks. He got forward of his opponent, kicked a goal in that third quarter as well. It's these sorts of players that are going to win the game for Eaglehawk.
You said Noah Wheeler, how good he was. I'll tell a little secret. I was in the cubicle just a minute ago. I ran down there and he ran in and he nearly broke his leg. He tripped over a bag that was over there and he looked at me and said, "Fancy that, I nearly broke my leg here going to the toilet when I've been playing footy all night." So no one else will know that happened, will they? I've just said it on radio and it'll be on the recording there
not now.
During the week when they're doing the review.
What's the old tool of the week or something?
Yeah, that's
That would
right.
be that if you break your leg going to the toilet during the game.
Let me tell you about the Bloods. I reckon the only good player really consistently has been Crisp. The rest of them, they're just been inconsistent, and it's probably more players like Templeton, Zimmerman, Fallon to a certain degree, Haddo. I go down the list. Cameron's been all right. English, Harker, all of those guys. If they want to win this game, I haven't seen Horbury much at all. They're playing against a really undermanned Eaglehawk, Mick, and if they don't pull their finger out right now, they're going to find they're on the end of a beating where they thought that they probably would have won this game, the Bloods.
I know we go back to old sayings and what have you, but a champion team beats a team of champions, so you get that chemistry rolling within the 23 that you've got. You know, Coach Matheson as well. People within the Bendigo League would know both these boys, Troy Coates and Matheson, both from Kerrang, boyhood mates or school mates growing up as well. So there's a bit of a rivalry going on between those two. But in this quarter, it's just going to be about who beelines the ball, who sticks their beak over the ball, who does the tough things the best. That'll be the team that'll win tonight.
Setting up to be a big final quarter. Scores are level, so it is a ring-a-ding-ding at the Queen Elizabeth Oval on Anzac Day. The final quarter is John Hunter.
It will be Anzac Day here. Apologies to Noah Whelan, who just got the footy there, for telling bathroom secrets. Nobody will know, Noah. Don't worry about it when you're watching the replay, as he kicked it to half forward. And a contest formed at ground level. And we'll have a ball up. They're kicking to the Barnard Street end. There's no real end that's got the advantage. Cameron tapped it to Harker. Harker then just handballed the ball forward. He was looking for his teammate there in Hardingham. They'll win it, the Bloods. Inside forward 50. Brock Harvey's another one that's got to do more. This time it's Crisp, though, near the footy. Running onto it might be Nishki, who picks it up on the left. He'll go goalward. That's one-on-one contest. Who'll win it? It might be Frawley. He turns a player inside out. Handballs to the opposition in Frank Jonty Neves. In fact, it's not Johnny Neves, it's his teammate that did very well, and they'll clear it out from the defensive zone.
Oatsmore that clears in the McGregor direction, but he slipped in the important moments. So an intercept mark for South Bendigo by Nathan Kay. He's 55 out from goal, 10 in from the boundary, grandstand side. Not looking to score. He's going to chip it in the Frawley direction. It missed its target. It's offhand. Nishki around the body. Snaps it towards the top of the square. Intercept mark, Eaglehawk. And they will have time to clear it out through Ty Evans.
Ty Evans will spread it wide to the under the scoreboard. Finds a teammate in O'Brien. Brian short pass, but that's effective as well. They're still in the back zone here. Eaglehawk. It's Thompson with the footy. Short pass. Finds Wheeler racking up the Supercoach points. If you had Supercoach, comes in the middle to Ron Cherry. They've got numbers. They're sharing it around now in the middle through Hanley. Hanley will spread it wide to the outer side wing. Found a teammate in O'Brien. O'Brien goes to half forward now, hard up against the boundary line, swimming pool side. Fallon wins it, the coach for South Bendigo, and he either stepped over the boundary line or kicked it out of bounds on the full. I think it was the former, and it will be a ball in across half forward for the Bloods who are in attack.
Steve down at ground level, what was the messages at three-quarter time huddles?
South Bendigo were just talking about going quick out of the middle.
There we go. Short
simple and effective.
Straight out of the middle for the Bloods. We'll get a boundary throw in. Ben Thompson tried to grab it out of the ruck. It bounced up into the hands of Cameron, who's gone to ground level. We'll have another ball up. Really don't know who to pick in this one. It's been a good game of footy. Really fitting to the occasion and the day. Eaglehawk try and get it forward. Mark to South Bendigo's Harvey. Keeps it moving. Off to Templeton. Inside forward 50 it goes. No mark taken. Dropping the mark they should have taken. Invites some South Bendigo pressure. They'll send one towards goal. It's bouncing across the face. Might have been Frawley in the end that had that shot, I think, Mick Delaney, and it bounces through. But what could be a handy point?
looking dangerous early. He's had a couple of touches early this quarter.
But that puts the Bloods in front, 9-4-58, plays 7-15-57.
So the Borough restart, broadcast side on this occasion. It's a long ball, it goes to the back of the pack, cleared all players. Harker jumped about 3 weeks too early and just come underneath the footy, and it goes over the boundary line. And across half forward, the ball in, Bloods in attack, right half forward, right in front of us, in front of the coach's box for the Bloods. Matt Cameron doing the ruck work. Geez, he's up against Thompson, I think, Ben Thompson. And he just won it, of course, and tapped it to Haddo. Haddo at 60. He'll go long. His target will be Frawley. Takes a good, strong contested mark. 1-on-1, right at the top of the goal square, and he had his name written all over it.
You'll find that's Callum Crisp, John.
Callum Crisp.
It is. Callum Crisp and Jacob O'Brien 1-on-1 there. About 22 centimetres difference.
Crisp lurking at the top of the goal square. They've got the luxury, though, haven't they? Those big, tall players. Crisp directly in front. It's with a ruckman. Oh, he stabbed at it. Did he miss? Geez, the boundary umpire nearly ran to the point post, but decided to give it as a goal anyway. So that takes it to 10-4-64 to 7-5-57. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
You know what they say about people that tall, they don't get any shorter as the game goes on. And, you know, when you're isolating someone with such a height advantage inside your forward 50, you just got to get the ball in the air, don't you? And at the very least, if he can't take a grab, he can bring it to ground for his crummers like Brock Harvey and that. But good start for South Bendigo in this last quarter.
We did see last week they were challenged late in the third quarter against Castlemaine, and they went bang and rattled on the last 8 goals of that contest, so 8 goals in a row. So they have form in final quarters to the Bloods. Eaglehawk will get the next clearance, so it's inside forward 50 from Evans. No mark to McGregor, who then tackled the South Bendigo player without the footy. So free kick Bloods in defence. Kay sends it to a one-on-one contest. Sam Thompson had it covered, takes the mark in front of Zimmerman. Handball's out to Wheeler. Wheeler didn't really steady with the footy before sending it inside forward 50. It's picked up. He spins one way then the other. Ron Cherry will send it to the top of the goal square. No mark taken. Chance here for Eaglehawks. White, who couldn't quite get Brute the ball. And we'll have a ball up in the goal square. Where's Nick Thompson? He's got to be lurking around this contest somewhere. He'll be dangerous here, Johnny.
Yes, he's been lurking all night. Just they need this goal here just to get one back here, the Borough. A lot of players around the footy. Evans dropped a ball that was handball to him, which was sharp. Sharp as in it was severe. Ball is now with Thompson. Sam Thompson will go round the body. He's too far out to score. Looks for Big Matt Cameron was there, did well. Now it's Fallon. Fallon gives it off to a teammate in Holmes. Holmes of the Blood will send it beyond 50 to the outer side. They've still got numbers. Emerging here might be Ty Evans for the Borough. Goes goalward and slots it. Takes it to 64, playing 63. They've got the lead here. Score sponsor, Don Smallgoods. Is Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
That was a cracking goal, wasn't it? Just a genuine 50-50. Got the hands out, boundary side from 50. Nailed it on the right. And yeah, we've played 7 minutes so far, and we're back to almost where we started at the start of the quarter, Cam.
1 point lead to the Bloods. It just feels like it's going to go right down to the wire, doesn't it, Mick Delaney?
It does. It's got that feeling. I still can't tell you who's going to win, though.
MCD for an update. Thanks to Paul Wicks, the president of the MCD FNL. Trentham 17-14, 116 have defeated Newstead 2-9-21.
It was a centre square infringement against Eaglehawk, so the Bloods will send it inside forward 50. No mark in defence. We'll clear it out. Down at ground level, Steve, it looks like Holmes might be in a bit of trouble down there coming off in front of you.
Yeah, Holmes just came limping off. Not exactly sure what is wrong with him at the moment. Might be a calf, judging by what he's doing at the moment.
Keep us updated down there at ground level. Back in the middle of the ground. Pinballs around there. Will Allen was in there as well. Was Zimmerman bouncing around. Bulges at the bottom of the pack. He's tackled. We'll get a ball up. Centre wing position. Broadcast side.
That's big for the Bloods if Holmes can't go on any further. He's done well on Thompson this evening.
Been a good battle between them two. The late inclusion for South Bendigo. Came in for Davies, the defender for the Bloods, who was a laid out due to general soreness. South work it forward. Coatesmore in front of the Bloods, but it's picked up by Smith Ralph of South Bendigo. One-on-one contest, sends it to the top of the goal square, off hands. It's going to go towards the line, and Eaglehawk will happily see this one through for a minor, but it puts the Bloods up by 2 points, 8 minutes into the final quarter.
So, the Bloods, they're peppering. Play on from fullback as Wheeler. He goes into the middle, but he's coughed it up. He's kicked it straight to Haddo. This is going to go to the wire. If you're home in the shed, this means you, Laurie Ramsey. Go and stoke up the pot belly. Go and get another drink and settle in. We've got about 15, 20 minutes of awesome football coming your way. It's top of the square for the Bloods. And we'll have a stoppage. Umpire blows his whistle. 65 playing 53. Bloods deep in attack. City End here at the home of country football on Anzac night. In Bendigo, perfect conditions. Tapped into the path of Nishki. Comes off his angles. Templeton's got a socker to it and sockered it through.
What a goal.
Boy, oh boy, he just lurked and came from nowhere to extend, well, take the lead here. It's 11-4-70. Playing 8-16-67. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live, Stephen Nevert, ground level.
Yeah, Holmes has just been holding at the left hip. That seems to be what the issue is down here.
Hopefully he gets back on the ground.
I was about to bring up, lads, that South Bendigo had +3 behind the ball. Eaglehawk were really trying to crowd the contest there, and yeah, that's up there with one of the goals of the night.
Just right place, right time. Feel like that saying might be something that really gets this game decided. Haddo was taken without the footy, not paid. The Borough will send it inside forward 50, but well read by Will Allen to take an interceptive defensive mark. He'll send it out in the Harker direction. Harker was strong above his head, took the mark, played on quickly, got it to Templeton. Templeton 70 from goal. Goes back inboard to Harker. He's going to run to 50 on his right, shows his class and puts it out of bounds on the full. There you go, that wasn't his class, it's out on the full.
That's a bad miss.
It just had that build-up that he was just going to steady and be a big moment player, and he wasn't, unfortunately, there. 71 plays 63. South Bendigo leading 10 minutes into the final term.
Oh, short pass is dangerous. Put Neves under pressure, then soccers the ball. It's Jackie Chan again. We've seen him 2 weeks in a row. Soccer kick out of mid-air, and eventually goes out of bounds. It was a bit dangerous there, Mick, wasn't it?
Very lucky not to get a free kick there. Jonty Neves out of mid-air, kicking the ball away while, was it Templeton was attacking the ball?
Yeah, I reckon he was just shy of it though, wasn't it? It wasn't quite. So 70 from goal. The Bloods in attack. Umpire will throw it in. Broadcast side. Crisp wins the tap. Put it down the throat of Haddo. Haddo on the right foot, which is his wrong one. He goes to the top of the square looking there for Harvey, who's been quiet tonight. He chases out the Eaglehawk defender who just kicks it long to half forward. Mullen overruns the footy. Turnover. South Bendigo will bring it back the other way. And, well, they're playing kick to kick here, Cameron. Now it's with Eaglehawk.
Mark Taken Coatesmore has come into the game in this final quarter. He'll send it out wide. Missed his target though. Bloods will keep it alive. Will Allen, he just charged at the footy. Took it on his chest. Centering pass was good. They'll work it into the middle here, the Bloods. Rusbridge has got it. Feeds off the handball to the runner, which will come. They'll send it inside forward 50 through Nitschke. It just went over the top, and Nick Paul will have time to go back, and I think he was waiting for someone else to come pick up the footy, but he realised he was the only one there. Sent it in the board, standing his ground for Eaglehawk and getting a little bit of trouble was Ty Evans. A little bit of an ear massage for his trouble, so he was able to pick it up cleanly. Sent it out wide to Evans. Mark Taken, far wing. The Borough will work it forward. Jack Thompson has the footy. Short pass was good. Honoured the lead that came from Bolger, who's 70 out from home. He'll send it inside forward 50 to Bolger. No mark taken. Bloods will have the numbers at the drop of the footy. They'll handball their way out of trouble. They're hard up against the boundary line though. Eventually Hare just picks it up and bangs it out of there as far as he could, but the Borough will be first back to this bouncing footy, Johnny.
Neves, handball over the top. Geez, it put his teammate under pressure. They've got the numbers over here, the Borough, you would think. Good strong tackling. It might have been Brock Harvey playing up the field. And it's one of those things, Mick, if you're not having a big night, you can do the little things that probably turn into big things.
That's right. 6 onto 1 there. Eaglehawk had the advantage, and big win for South Bendigo to get the ball up.
Zimmerman has crept up forward, so it's 2-1 in the forward pocket there. Will they get it to him? The Bloods, it's not Zimmerman, it's in fact Frawley that leads, and he got himself in space and took a mark at ground level, and 49 from goal. They have a shot, Mick.
Yeah, pretty interesting that build-up. Was it Harker or Templeton out that far side? looking to run and carry and send it deep, but the bounce didn't come back to him and ended up having to lower the eyes and hit up Frawley. He's 47 metres out on a 45-degree angle, Cam.
How does Frawley find himself in that much space at this stage of the game?
I think it was because of the fumble of the ball and the eyes were up onto the goal square and Jonty Neves pushed back in order to fill that hole. But the way he's been kicking it, he really needs to strike this one well to give it a chance.
You bring in a big player, don't you? And he's got to pay you back here with a good kick at goal. And it goes to the goal line, and he does exactly that. So it'll extend the lead now. It'll be 12-5-77 the Bloods. They lead Eaglehawk 8-15-63, approaching mid-time through this final term. Score sponsor Parsons Towing, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Footy's a funny game, isn't it? Like, when you look at the matchup as a whole over the course of the game, you'd give the chocolates easy to Jonty Neves, but yeah, big players step up like that. Steve on the boundary.
Norm Jenkins.
But inside 50s this quarter have been 10 to Eaglehawk and 10 to South Bendigo and only 3 to Eaglehawk. That's been the difference so far in this quarter.
Yeah, Holmes has just been having some work done on that hip, and he just got asked if he was right to go on for Nathan Kay, and he shook his head and said no.
There you go, interesting one. Bloods will send it back in the middle here from Wheeler. Back inside forward 50 Eaglehawk. They'll chip the pass in. Wheeler got forward again, almost impacted. The next passage of play hits the bottom of the pack. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50 for the Borough.
Someone's down. Noah Wheeler,
it's Wheeler.
Think, down grabbing his knee.
100% it's near Wheeler.
You can tell by his haircut.
Yeah. Hope he didn't hurt himself in the bathroom a little early, and that was just the prerequisite to what's happened right here now.
Well, only you know about that, Johnny. You're the one telling the stories. We'll have a ball up 50 out from goal. He seems fine.
Not that I've got a habit of meeting men in bathrooms, I'll not say.
Up the ball to ground level.
You know, it's like when you're
Eaglehawk will send it in to the top. Intercept mark taken for Jack English. For anyone that just joined us and heard that, Johnny was in the toilet at 3/4 time, and Noah Wheeler came in and nearly slipped and nearly ended up on his backside.
He did. As the ball go beyond 50 now. The Bloods with possession of the footy. Through Hare. Handballs over the top to Haddo.
He's been
In
busy
fact, it
this
was the
quarter.
opposite. It was the opposite. It was Hare to Haddo to Hare. Now it's Haddo. If that made sense. As the ball goes now to half forward for the Bloods. Eaglehawk will win through Hanley. Good strong tackling Zimmerman at ground level. We'll have a ball up. So a little bit of a lull here in this last 30 seconds or so. As soon as we started about talking about men in toilets, it kind of lost the vibe. As the umpire will throw it up. Up they go in the ruck. It's big crisp. He's been good. Ball spills now into the middle. 50-50 ball. But with the Bloods who win it, no it won't. Fumbling the footy was English at ground level. Now it's Eaglehawk. They'll win it out of the middle. Here they go. It's an awkward kick on the left. Inside forward 50. Sliding mark has been taken by Nick Thompson, who's been prominent down forward. And he'll line them up pretty
Jack
much.
Thompson.
Jack Thompson, is it? Well, I got half it right, Cam. And he'll line them up pretty much directly in front, Mick.
Needs to kick this. 14 points down. Roughly 12 minutes of playing time left.
Not even related either. Related by name, not by family. Doesn't matter. They're a family out at Eaglehawk. And let's see what Thompson does. He punches the air, and they're still in it. It takes it to 69, playing 77. The Bloods, they're hanging on to this lead. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Some tight bodies out there, isn't there now? You see this game's been played at a pretty frantic pace tonight, with both teams trying to get out and catch the opposition lapsing, I guess you could say. But yeah, these next 10 minutes, Cam, like I know it's 8 points of difference, but this could be a genuine 8-point game here.
Next goal becomes absolutely massive in this game, and you're right, with how congested it is going to be come the end of the season, these 8 to 10 minutes of footy could shape a season. Borough send it, well, South Bendigo go inside forward 50, I should say, and an intercept mark to Jake O'Brien. Premiership player last year with the Hawks, Jake O'Brien. He'll swing the kick out wide to Ben Thompson, who takes the mark centre wing position, pull side. The Borough won't die wondering. Down the line the kick goes. No mark taken. It's paddled forward by Ty Evans. Evans emerges with a footy. Gets to 50. Could have been selfish. Decides to send it in the Wheeler direction. Wheeler got back to his feet. Snaps around the body on his right and kicks the goal. Noah Wheeler having an impact inside forward 50, and the Borough go bang bang, and we're back to a 2-point ball game. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Stephen Devort at ground level.
Yeah, I was just about to say, with that goal just before, Wheeler was the only person to not get around his teammate, and he fell straight over after the contest where he hurt his knee, and he's just sitting deep. Also, Holmes on the bench has taken both of his boots off, so I'd presume he's done for the day.
Did look a bit sore. Now he's just going to be an impact player forward, Mick.
You'd love to have someone with X-factor ability like him up forward.
Matt Cameron in the ruck. Puts it down the throat of Haddo. Haddo of the Bloods will go shallow inside forward 50. And he's hit up his target in Smith-Ralph. Smith-Ralph now short pass. Honours a lead. This time it's Frawley. Slides into it a chest mark and needs to kick it just to steady the ship for the Bloods.
We see a trend in the AFL at the moment. We know he's doing a coaching role with the Gold Coast where they tend to go around the body, Johnny. Is it going to be a drop punt or is he going to go around the body and try and kick this?
No, he's going straight down the line, I reckon. Good old-fashioned kick. Kick through the footy. Let's see what Frawley does. He goes beyond 50 to kick the footy. The man on the mark standing at about 35. Pretty tight. Well, it's sharper than 45 degrees. Let's see what Frawley does. We'll get a good look at this footy. In he comes. Poor kick. Won't score. They set themselves in the goal square. Crisp is there. Tries a fresh airy. It's like a rolling rugby scrum on the goal line, and it's rushed through for a minor score. So that takes it to 78 playing 75. 20 minutes just about to tick over. We're almost in red time.
Oh, is that Evans? It's charged out of the goal square. Had a bounce. The ball didn't come back to him. That's a hairy moment, I should say. Bloods dive after it. Could be costly because it'll work out to Nitschke, who slams the goal through. Nitschke gets the finish. And wow, that is an absolute howler out of defence. The world will feel like it's craved in on him there, Mick Delaney. The lead back out to 9 points, I should say. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods. His Don is good.
I could see why he tried to do that. Tried to take the game on, take a bounce, carry the ball out and clear the lines. But when the ball is as heavy and the ground is as dewy as what it is, and the game's so close, play the percentages. Just get the ball out of there. But for South Bendigo's benefit, Nitschke, intercept, goal.
Just the third time this quarter that someone's bounced the ball and hasn't come back to him.
Mm-hmm.
All the quarters have gone around 27, 28 minutes. We've just about to tick over 21 minutes. 84 playing 75. South Bendigo lead. The Borough have been gallant. It's not over yet. Will be a secondary ball up in the middle. Matt Cameron is there. He'll do the ruck work against Neves. Cameron grabbed it out of the air, then banged it on the left boot, kicks it to half forward. Niski's front position. Brock Harvey's been quiet for the Bloods. Overruns the footy. Eaglehawk now under pressure. Good strong tackling, Bloods. 49 from home. Inside forward 50. You love to see that. Your forwards doing that. We'll have a ball up. 84 playing 75.
Exactly right, especially in clutch situations like this, Johnny. You want your small forwards just to apply as much pressure as you can.
Inside forward 50, the Bloods. You just feel like they're one goal away from killing the game. Sam Thompson emerges with it on his right, clears it out of there. Hardingham will take the mark for the Bloods. 70 out from goal, Toby Hardingham. Umpire tells him to go. He'll send it into someone inside forward 50 to fly at it. Sam Thompson emerges with the footy, just fires out a handball. Coatsmore will come and see it over the boundary line for Eaglehawk. Throw in 60 out from goal.
Underrated, Johnny, but Matt Cameron in the ruck for South Bendigo, huge this last quarter.
Strong man, grabs it out of the air. It'll be crisp on this occasion. Matt Cameron is probably, I was going to say he's gone forward, but he hasn't. Just keep your eye out for where he is. They've got those big players. Ground level, a lot of players around the footy. Eaglehawk try to get the footy out and can't. It was Mullen at ground level.
Crisp is rucking. Matt Cameron playing loose in defence.
In defence on this occasion. Crisp wins the tap. Hurry kick to Haddo, puts it inside forward 50. Now what can they do through Harvey? Used his strength, went on the left, went around the body, into the goal square. Who's there? Frawley is. Good defensive punch. Eaglehawk, Aidan Hanley killed the footy. Takes it out to a 10-point margin. Bloods lead, 23 minutes gone. Final term.
Oh, let's see what Evans does with the kick in this time. Hanley threw the ball back to him and he missed him completely there, so that's not a good sign.
Hopefully they hit their next target.
Still time, 10 points. probably about 6 or 7 minutes still to go in this one. Evans runs his distance, doesn't bounce it this time, just launches it down the middle. No mark taken from the Bloods. It'll hit the bottom of the pack right in the centre. Eaglehawk will be happy with it. Centre of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Matt Cameron comes in from that loose defensive role to step into the ruck. It's almost like a centre ball up where the ball is. It's knocked down by Cameron. Harker tried to emerge with the footy. With his brute strength, he still found the way to get the ball sent forward. Coatesmore in a one-on-one for Eaglehawk did well. Sam Thompson tracks back after it, just fumbled at the important moment, tried to tap it in the Evans direction. He falls on top of the footy. Umpire whistle went to his mouth, but it just bounced out at a crucial second. Rather fortunately, I reckon there. The umpire was certainly looking for holding the ball there, I think, Mick.
It's a hot footy. Very hot footy.
49 out, directly in front. City end. The Bloods in attack. They lead by 10 points. Crisp in the ruck. Taps it in the direction of Templeton. Templeton dishes off. They've got players lining up. Good intercept there for the Borough through Hoare. They're under pressure though. What can he do? Handball inboard. Geez, good tackling the Bloods. The ball now spills. In the area is Crisp. Ground level. Picked up by Templeton. In fact, it's Niski. Comes off his hands. We'll have a ball in. 10-point margin. 24.5 minutes have ticked over on your ANZAC night. The night game here, the standalone game. The first game of the split round in round 4. Umpire will throw it in. Crisp in the ruck against Neves. Crisp to the Bloods wins it. Tapped it straight to Neves, who roved it after rucking the footy. Then it comes to half forward. Ground level. Roncelli did well. Ball will spill. Now to Billy Evans. Billy Evans in his defensive zone. Short pass barely goes the required distance. Good body work, Bloods. Trying to win the footy there was Bolger for the Borough. Free kick, Bloods. Dean Goodridge says it's holding the man. And the free kick will go to Cohen Harker. Too far out to score.
Clutch free kick there. Just nose over the ball, wanting the ball more than his Eaglehawk opponent there, Ronchieri. And he'll look to pump the ball very deep inside forward 50
like he
here.
lost where the ball was, Ronchieri, and just grabbed someone just out of a little bit of panic. So Harker sends it inside forward 50. It bounces in front of its intended target. Smith Ralph picks it up, fends off a tackle, handballs off. It'll be a snap towards the top of the square from Rusbridge. Coming out, leading the ball. No mark taken. Frawley hits the ground. Hardingham for the Bloods. Handball backwards. Eaglehawk need to try and get this ball out of here and fast. Time is starting to become their enemy. Bouncing ball. Fallon picks it up, tries to fend his way through, unable to do so. We'll have a ball up.
60 from home. Bloods in attack. City end. They're 2 kicks in front. They lead by 10 points. Boy, oh boy, Eaglehawk have been good this afternoon. And this evening. They've been undermanned. Haddo wins the footy for the Bloods. Then it's a turnover. Ends up with Billy Evans. He's tackled by Nitsky, the Bloods. Bloods with the numbers. They're sharing it around now. Haddo with the footy. On the right. Long ball to Frawley, who takes it. Chest mark. Used his body and experience. And it fell into the breadbasket at the top of the square. And he will have to fall over to miss it.
Haddo would have had 12 touches this quarter. He has been easily South Bendigo's best. And we spoke earlier about how good players come to the floor in clutch or close games. He's been the number one for South Bendigo in this last quarter.
I don't even reckon I'll call it after he kicks it. I'll let the crowd tell you what happens. Let's see what happens. Will he fall over to the top of the square? City end to seal this game for the Bloods. Frawley, in he comes. And he puts it probably without beyond doubt now. It's now 14-7-91 to 10-15-75. Score sponsor, Don Smallgoods. His Don is good. That's his second. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
I know there might only be a couple of minutes left in this one, but we saw how quickly Thompson got on the end of a couple in Eaglehawk's forward line in that second quarter. You know, you bang on a couple in a minute here, and who knows? South Bendigo, they'll look to kill the ball here, try and take as much time off the clock as they can. As we can see the South Bendigo bench saying to their half forward line to get in behind the ball as soon as the ball gets thrown up. For Eaglehawk, you'd want to follow all South Bendigo players into Eaglehawk's forward line, and if the ball's down there, just make it congested, make it hard.
Back in the middle we go. Neves went in the ruck. He didn't actually contest it. He waited at ground level for Cameron to get it, which actually worked out because Neves handballed off to Hall. They send it up towards Evans. Now, Wheeler, who's hobbling around out there, Wheeler. McGregor emerged with the footy, got it onto his right, sent it into the pocket. They must score off this play, you think, but the Bloods have got the defence to hold up. Templeton emerges with the footy. Handball further forward to Haddo. Will go back out, and the Bloods can clear their way out of defence, and they will find a relieving mark to Zach Hare.
It's Hare. He'll go short across half back. Finds his teammate. It's effective. They'll slow it down now. It's Horbury, the ex-coach. Had a quiet night to die by his standards. It'll turn over. Bolger now for the Borough. Now it spills. Some tired players out there. Zach Hare tracks it towards the boundary line for the Bloods. True centre wing position, swimming pool side, and they're just killing a bit of time, I sense now, Mick.
Only 3 South Bendigo players forward of their centre circle. So all in there, all 15 other players in their defensive half.
Geez, I've been impressed by Eaglehawk this afternoon, though, and into this evening. They've been really good. Matt Cameron to Zimmerman to Templeton by hand. Templeton inside forward 50 to a leading Crisp. Couldn't get his hands on the football. Picked up, good roving there by Smith Ralph.
Could he?
Around the body and put it into the post.
Wow.
The players are playing on. You can't... It's hit the post.
What is Rusbridge thinking?
I don't know, but the goal umpire is actually saying no, where it's a point.
And now he's screaming at the goal umpire.
Tell us what happened there, Mick, for a point.
So Smith has hit the post for about 45 out. Rushbridge hasn't seen it hit the post and then played on and kicked the goal.
Did you not see that hit the post?
I've seen 50-metre penalties being given away for less.
Yeah.
Well, can you give away a 50-metre penalty off a kick-in though?
You can get a 50-metre penalty for anything, couldn't you?
I reckon this will be Haddo's 15th touch this quarter.
Oh, there you go. Haddo's got the ball, 50 out from home.
Oh, look out.
On the barrel, he hasn't hit it very well at all, and he's actually... Well, he's hit the wrong side of the footy.
That's perfect for South Bendigo, though. They didn't kick a point. It's in their forward pocket. They'll get numbers in behind the ball now. We can see they've got +4 in behind the ball now. This will be really hard for Eaglehawk.
Going to throw in right-hand forward pocket. Bloods right in control. Chris tried to take it out of the ruck. He couldn't. Borough try and find their way through. They just get a handball out. Picked up. Oh, they go back and they're just fumbling with it now. Evans is able to emerge. He's going to have to go central. One-on-one contest. Mullen tried to win it. Couldn't. Picked up by Harker. Harker goes back to Cameron. Cameron will go over the top. Harker tapped it further forward in the Templeton direction. He missed him. Last chance roll of the dice for Eaglehawk to go straight down the middle. Bennett emerges with it. He'll fire it out wide to Ben Thompson. He picks it up cleanly. Can't shrug off the second tackle. Worked it forward though nicely. South Bendigo trying to find a way through. Fallon overran the footy. Zimmerman just rugby threw it out of there. Umpire says all is fair. Ben Thompson got it. Socket forward by Oscar White. Just trying to will it forward. And you just sense they know that the clock is right against them here. 31 minutes gone in the final quarter. And Eaglehawk will go down in a gallant effort. 75 playing 92.
Father Jackson Saunders tuning in. His duties this afternoon and this evening with Mass for Anzac Day.
Free kick South Bendigo, that was there.
He'll join Cameron Power tomorrow and Luke Tracy out at Talbot for Talbot versus Carisbrook as they spread it from one back pocket to the other. Ends up with Hare. Zach Hare, short pass forward. That's effective. So the Bloods just working the footy now. As the siren sounds, and they've been, well, you can't always win pretty. They've been really effective. 14-8-92 in this last term. 10-15-75. 92 playing 75. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Good game of footy. And it just felt like South Bendigo just knew what to do in the big moments in the final quarter there, Mick Delaney.
Good teams know how to win ugly. And by no means was that pretty for South Bendigo. It was a result of them kicking straight in front of goal, you know, taking their chances when they came. And you look at the scoreboard, 22 shots to 25. They had the better of that last quarter, but Eaglehawk, if they had a kick straighter, this could have been, 4 points going the other way, Cam.
Yeah, well, you look at it and you look at the end result and say they've had 25 scoring shots and only managed 75 points. I'd be disappointed with that. But a lot of it did come from the pressure that South Bendigo did put on, especially early inside forward 50. You've got a big job to do. The Bendigo City Framers Best on Ground Sponsors Award. You'll be picking that very, very shortly. While you're mewing over that, we will head across to Norm Jenkins for some stats.
Well, the last quarter, even though South Bendigo had the ascendancy in the ruck, it was 5-4 Eaglehawk's way, centre clearances. But inside 50s, it was 19-8 that quarter. South Bendigo certainly cut Eaglehawk off. Turnovers, there were 7 turnovers to South Bendigo and only 2 to Eaglehawk in that last quarter. And that was where the game was won by South. They kept Eaglehawk out of their forward 50, and when they went forward for their 19 entries, they were able to kick 5 goals, 5. So 50% of the time they went in and they scored, whether it be goal or point, and that ended up being the difference on the day. It was South Bendigo, a good last quarter. They must be fit because that's the second week in a row we've seen them come over the top in a good last quarter and take the chocolates. You've got to look at Eaglehawk, 10 players out at the start of a day, and they've taken the game right up to South Bendigo, and they can hold their heads high in the way it went. Unfortunately, it's an 8-point game for me this early in the year, and it's one that's got away from Eaglehawk. Inaccuracy early on, very costly.
Unfortunately or fortunately for the league to have games this early in the season with so much meaning in the context of the season, Norm.
It is, but we're going to see it week in and week out, Cam, because of the nature of the season this year. 7 sides that you would think would be able to play finals at the end of the year. As John said early on, there's going to be 2 very, very unlucky sides come that first week in September. These are the ones you've got to win. South Bendigo, they'll have... it's going to be interesting in a fortnight's time because they have 2 weeks off now. The second part of the split round next weekend, and they've already played their game against Broadford from round 5. So we've got to wait till round 6 before we see South again. How will they come up? They had a full list tonight, and you would think that in a fortnight's time they'll have a full list again.
Does the break come at a good time for Eaglehawk though, Mick Delaney? Obviously they won't be playing next week. They have the time off because of the split round. You think it comes at a good time for them?
100% it does. When you put in as much work in the pre-season as these clubs do, you know, you've got lots of running blocks that you're doing, lots of game sim, match sim, whatever it might be, structure work, and then you get into the nitty-gritty of the season. We're 4 weeks in now. The clubs have played. Some have only played 2 like Sandhurst, but they've had a good break. Some clubs have played 4. It's a good opportunity just to reset, get the body right, get some work done, whatever treatment needs to be done, or if you're an older bloke, just get that rest in to try and last out the season. But yeah, I reckon both these teams, especially Eaglehawk with how many they've had out, the break's coming at a good time.
Now, Norm mentioned before that South Bendigo look a bit fit to the way they're running out games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously the way South Bendigo's coaching setup does work, obviously with your connections there to the South Bendigo coaches as well. Is that something that they would really be hammering home in terms of Troy Coates?
Absolutely.
Is that a big key factor of him? And what would a South Bendigo pre-season have looked like for someone that does know how Troy Coates coaches?
It'd be running blocks, but it'd also be structure work. So they'd be implementing, drills that match the game style that they want to incorporate. So if you're looking at what they do well, they run well from half back. Their link, they're used to be able to use the ball through the middle of the ground and set up the rest of the ground. That'll be all just drilled into them time and time and time again. So yeah, with Coates here, he's big on fitness, but he's also big on structure as well. And it's like a big chessboard. You put your chess pieces in the best possible position on that chessboard to succeed, and it doesn't matter whether a bloke's 6 foot 100 or 5 foot 10. If you've got a job to do, he's going to put you in the best possible position to get maximum results.
The ruck battle probably played really pivotal in this game between you and Normie there. Matt Cameron was very dominant in the ruck, and how much does a Callum Heath help Eaglehawk possibly come back into winning this game today if he was available?
I'd be massive. When you're talking about, in my opinion, the best 1-2 ruck combination in the Bendigo Footy League, there's no rest.
I don't think you would be holding that as your own solitary opinion. I think many people would be agreeing with that.
Yeah, I believe so, but I can only talk about what I believe in, Cam. But, when you've got such a good combination in Cameron and Crisp, who can feed their on-ballers, can grab the ball out of the ruck and even go forward of centre. And we've seen them both kick goals throughout the start of this year. It makes them very, very dangerous.
Sure does. You've got a job as our Bendigo City Framers Match Day Sponsors Award. Thanks to Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus. $100 voucher go towards anything. It was very popular last year award with players winning the grand final, taking him in to frame up their premiership Guernseys, frame up any medallions or anything lying around. So it was a very popular award to win towards the back end of last year. And who's going to be winning it today, Mick Delaney?
We're going to give a bit of a shout out to a couple of players from Eaglehawk, in particular Noah Wheeler and Jonty Reeves. I think they were both exceptional, and you'll find that their club will name them 1 and 2 in their best on ground today. For South Bendigo, it was much of a shared load. There were people that popped up all throughout the day. Brock Harvey was dangerous early. Templeton quieter today. Jack Fallon was good across half back. Cameron through the ruck. Crisp through the ruck as well. Zach Hare held his lines well out in the wing. But for me, I think consistently wise, but then also when the game was there to be won.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger. For making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger. For the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Supplies. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.